go forward there. He's done a stop shot. Now he's got to thread the needle here. It totally goes. Boom, boom, boom.
All right. Now I got our scoreboard updated. We got Seth, who is a skill level 5, versus Igor, who is a skill level 4. So this should be a 4-3 race.
4-3 race.
All right. So anybody tuning in who may not be familiar with the APA League format, they use a handicapping system called the Equalizer system. In 8-ball, there are skill levels ranging from 2 to 7, 7 being top, being lower.
Top to pro.
Anywhere from decent amateur to very good pro. And yeah, so when you have a matchup, they use that system to dictate how many games each player needs to win. Like I mentioned, with this matchup, it's a 4-3 race. We are playing 8-ball in the APA system.
And what rules are those?
APA 8-ball, you don't have to call your pocket. So if you are the solids, if a solid goes in any pocket, you keep shooting up until the 8-ball
break.
After the break. Once you are what you are. But
you are what you are after the break.
Unless you make one of each.
Unless you make one of each.
APA, you take what you make.
Yeah. Sounds harder than normal.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting distracted because they're calling tables in the background, and so I'm listening to myself and
that was a
table
heck of a cut right there.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, you do have to call the 8-ball.
Call the 8-ball.
You use a pocket marker to nominate your pocket. A totem, as Cliff described it yesterday.
A totem, as I said. Yes. But everything other than that, you could just take a flyer and hope something goes in.
Yeah. I'm just trying to lay up here.
Ooh, I think he underrolled it or overrolled it just a little bit.
Definitely linked out a little bit, didn't it? Well, Igor's a little bit in our camera views. But I think it looks pretty clear from this angle
that's a large man.
But he's either got the ball or can go rail first, but I think he's considering just leaving it.
Yeah, I mean, like that's one of the things like I've learned is when you're playing lower level players, just little safeties like that win games.
Oh, absolutely.
Where like higher level.
Well, me or you would have been shooting out here.
Yes, we would have tried to run out. Win or lose, we would have tried to get out.
Yeah.
No.
But yes, yes, there is recognizing that. Yeah, that is the big difference between those lower skill levels that win a lot of games versus the ones that shoot out. Because these little defenses. They definitely win games.
There's we could look at a runnable table, and we're just disregarding any sort of defense.
Yeah,
because it's like if you win the game, you win the game.
Yeah.
If you play defense, they could do something obscene.
Yeah,
and win the game.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take the win the game right now option.
Well, we're also talking about, trying to call these games where there's a difference of position play, and there is kind of especially even in the middle skill levels, a big range of you get players that can just kind of shoot from anywhere, and then you got ones that actually do play really good position, but maybe their ball pocketing skills. And so, there can be a huge range with a 4 and a 5,
right.
How they look at the table, and you get these subjective opinions, well, that guy shoots like a 6.
Yeah.
He just, he's blasting balls in from all over the table.
Yeah, this guy could make anything. He doesn't know position.
But then
He
you
doesn't
go and
know.
you talk about, well, but look at his position on each. He didn't make his life easy.
Yeah,
He had to work really hard the whole
yeah.
time.
He was struck. He had to come with a
Chasing,
low percentage
yeah,
shot
yeah,
each
chasing
time.
position. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, 100% right. I so and I'm not pretending to be some sort of 8 ball guru. I'm, Tyrell's proved me wrong like 3 times last night.
Well, and I'm eight balls, and I clearly a rotation player for the most part. Like
Yeah. So we're just up here guessing.
I mean, even when you watch the best matches, sometimes there's a lot of guesswork in this job.
Yeah. That was a pretty good miss on that 8 ball because it didn't leave him anything easy. And like
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
the
I think Igor's gonna lay up here.
you think he's gonna so this is one of the things is like
He's gonna try and put it
I'm
behind the
not
10
gonna
ball.
oh, so that's a pretty good shot.
Yeah, that's a
That's a
great
really
shot.
good shot.
That is a and we're talking about a skill level 4 here,
Yeah.
executing a safety where I've been looking like that. Well, that leaks out.
Yeah.
That's a sellout, and
Yeah, you lose the game.
look where he got
Full
perfect.
full hook. It's a great safety. This beautiful safety played there. And no jump use
No jump cues. No.
because I would be jumping this 100%.
Well, it's hard to tell from my angle.
I'm also left-handed, so if you were right-handed, you'd have to be.
Yeah, I don't think you can go rail first to make this ball. Maybe to kick
Yeah,
in
I don't think
behind it.
that
So I think he's looking at one rail kicking
one
around
rail.
this.
And I think the
And I don't think the line's there. I think you have to go long and go 2 rails into the 8. Yeah, I don't think the line's there.
oh yeah, I was gonna say that 15's not big, but it's huge.
It's not big, but it's huge.
Yes. I mean, so you'd have to put a whole bunch of inside. You can go above the side pocket with a whole bunch of inside and spin down to try to hit it.
Yeah, that is an option.
Yeah, I think that's the best option.
I mean, you gotta
The two rail is right on line actually, and both the 9 and the 15 are not in the way of the 2 rail. So
I think the 9's in the way of the 2 rail out of the upper left corner.
I'm talking about top right
Oh, going.
here.
Sorry, I'm looking at the live one. You're
Oh,
looking at the.
I'm looking at the alternate angle. Yeah,
Okay, so from that angle, I'm unsure.
I
Because from the other angle, the 9 looked like it's in the way.
I
But
think
yes,
the,
I
the
think you are,
9
I
the,
think you are right now that I look at this angle.
yeah, the 9's deceivingly big, but I don't think it's in the way.
No,
You hit that. You just remember that 2 rail line because the 8's basically in front of the pocket. So oh, he's doing the 2 rail.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They had a little timeout. I saw.
Oh, he didn't hit it.
He went too long, anyways.
Yeah, just a little too long, and like too. I don't know if this is like real pool or just my own biases. Um, to try to maintain that line, the rail lines, the
Yeah,
kick lines, hit it hard.
yeah.
If you hit it soft, you're letting other variables come into play. Like
I don't like hitting it hard, but I don't like hitting it soft because I like the what is it, the 2 corner system.
I don't know that.
It's pretty reliable. And the gist of it is basically say the 8's sitting in the pocket.
Hmm.
If you were if the cue ball was on the rail 2 diamonds away from that corner, you kick just shy of the corner up there.
Hmm.
And then basically every diamond you move up the rail, you go a half diamond down that short rail for your line.
Does that change for every rail? Because 2 rails not the same as 3 rail. Like you can't.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, so that's just a 2 rail.
That's just a 2 rail system.
Okay.
And then there's adjustments you make if the ball is away, if either ball is away from the rail, you either if it's out, if the object ball's out a diamond, you subtract or you add half a diamond. to where you're kicking. So it's like you count down the rail, 1, 2, 3. And if the cue ball's out, you subtract a half a diamond.
Okay, you'll have to show me that because two rails are seem like blind luck to me.
And it's kind of like I feel like it's like a lag quarter tip of running shot.
Well, and everyone's stroke's different.
Yes.
It's
So
that's
it's one of those things where you practice a couple times, see what your stroke is, and then like you use that to make your adjustment.
yeah. That's I've started teaching a couple people.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and like it's one of those things where like you can you try it out, you get used to it, and then you can kind of do it by feel.
yeah,
I think it's a good reference system to start with to get an idea of how a table plays.
yeah. Definitely start with like a system in place to be like do it, drill it, just like hit it multiple times in a
Ooh,
row.
they wiggled that. Oh, not wiggled, kind of caught the point. And yesterday, so it is not rainy out today. It is
It's
beautiful out
very nice
today.
out.
These pockets were really sticky yesterday.
Yeah,
I'm not sure that ball would have gone down yesterday.
that's a good point. Yeah,
All right, so we're gonna chalk one up for Igor there. All right, like all right, a little bit of a head ball cut break there. That was interesting. Chipped a couple balls off to the top of the table. Most everything else staying down here at the bottom. Looks like he made a stripe. I mentioned when we got started here on the stream, the APA rule set, you take what you make. If you are watching and have access to the chat in YouTube, be it on your computer or on your phone, feel free to jump in there, say what's up, ask any questions you might have, give a shout out to whatever team, players you're rooting for. We do keep an eye on the chat, so feel free to interact with us that way. Also, please share the stream link, social media, share it with your friends, your other pool playing friends and family, teammates. Let them know we've got this free stream going through Sunday. And hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That way you'll get notified whenever we go live throughout the remainder of this event and any of the other events that I stream throughout the year. Set with ball in hand here, assessing the table. Looks like could use the 4 here to play the combo on the 1. I think, yeah, it's a good way to deal with that 4. 4 is kind of the hardest of the balls down here. Now it's worked out. The 4 has come back across the table. It's out in the open. It was a little uncomfortable with the speed at first. I thought it might tie back up in the middle there. Ooh, overcut that though. I think maybe was a little
I don't
maybe
know
you
if the
thought that 12 ball was maybe a little big.
I don't know if the pocket was there.
I think it
It,
was, but maybe it was just a little tight,
it was a
and
little
so
tight. Yeah,
he erred on the side of
and
hitting it a little thinner.
yeah, and that's kind of one of the things is when I was saying I was like, oh, maybe the pocket's not there. It was like, yeah, it's there, but there's some
Yeah.
something in the way that makes it a little tougher.
Oh yeah, and these diamond tables, they play well, but the pockets can be a little, depending on the conditions, can be unforgiving sometimes.
Well, there's a lot more people in here today,
Yeah.
so I think we're gonna see a lot of hangers.
Yeah.
That's a sweet shot right there. I wish I could do that. Little swerve action.
Get your swerve on.
I tried to say that yesterday.
Yeah.
You got mad at me.
I don't know. We were here for a long time yesterday. It's hard to say what I did or did not do.
Who knows what did or didn't happen yesterday? That's a good shot. This is a great angle here.
I'm a little scared to go back and listen to the finals from last night. It was a little delirious there at the end.
Was, we were hanging out for a while doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a conversation, so I apologize to anybody who is tuned in today that got left in limbo last night waiting for something to happen on the table. That was not our fault. A little miscommunication where they didn't want to put matches back to back on the same table, and I understand that, but
Understandable, but also at the
if they
same time,
well if yeah no I know they brought us out here to do this, so
yeah.
make use of us, but it's also one of those things, just a little lack of communication. If they'd kind of made me aware of that situation, I could have. I think they didn't realize I could point the cameras elsewhere.
We could
So
have
we've
weird
got,
angles on two other tables.
and they don't look bad. They're just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're the little bit of that corner angle.
Ah, that missed a game winner right there.
So
Kind of brutal.
we should not have to deal with that for Weekender Scotch tomorrow.
So we're just gonna be nonstop action.
Yeah, just well, I mean,
I-
there's always there, depending on how matches come in, there can be a little bit, but like yeah, we got harangued for what, nearly 2.5 hours with nothing.
Yeah,
I just had to stop it and be like, yeah,
we played a prop game
we did
where
play a
you
prop
actually
game.
made it.
I did.
Yeah.
Too bad that wasn't still on the stream.
Yeah, I think you made it in enough strokes that you could make a prop bet against someone.
Call it 15.
I almost made it in 4 and then I sold the farm.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you put yourself in a real
I was like, oh, this is easy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna even gonna aim this. Then
yeah.
all right. Yeah. So
Yeah, one of the finalists, well, definitely one of the finalists, because him and his partner won, stopping by to give us a shout out for the stream last night.
we're hanging out
Yeah,
till 2:30.
yeah. Oh, it was almost 2:50. It was like 2:50 when we left
I
here.
think we got back to the hotel room at 2:50.
Well, I know the stream started at 12:50 and it was an hour and 48 minutes. So, okay. Yeah, by the time we drove. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 2 minute drive from here to the hotel. So, let's
2
say
minutes.
it was 2:45 when we left.
We walked today. We didn't we didn't drive.
Well, he's a little short here, I think.
Oh, that's one of just the weirdest spots you can land on the table here. Anywhere else you could pocket a ball, but here you can't
Yeah,
pocket either of them.
if he rolls a little shorter, you can at least like chip the combo in.
Yeah, you do something.
But now the combo's super awkward. I'm
Look at the
I
roll
think
safe is weird.
yeah, but I mean he's
It's
gonna.
still dual, but not quite. Didn't get there.
I don't think he got there. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, he walking over, looking at his teammates, doing the like, I missed it by about an inch, showing the distance with his fingers of. I mean, a little bit of distance here. We've talked about, over the last couple days that players have a tendency to undercut balls.
Undercut this. So don't undercut this because okay. So here's the thing I learned is you're not aiming at the pocket. You're aiming at the far side of the pocket.
No, he did. Yeah, he didn't undercut it.
He overcut
He
it.
almost
Yeah.
overcut it there. A good speed though, so it caught the that's Seth.
Oh,
1-1.
yeah. Yeah, because a lot of people look at that shot and they're aiming at the pocket, like at the pocket, but
The problem is, yeah, the pocket's actually a
it
little
doesn't.
south. It's a little south of there
Yeah,
than what it
it
looks like in
doesn't.
your vision.
The pocket doesn't exist there.
Yeah.
The
It,
pocket exists.
it turns out what you're actually aiming for unintentionally is more of the point
Yeah.
than actually the pocket, because the pocket's actually a little south of what you see in your vision
Mm-hmm.
with a cut like that.
Yes. Yes.
Because you got to overcut it to get the heart of the pocket, as opposed to most situations where straighter shots, you're like, you aim
This
at
is the
you
pocket.
aim at the pocket, and that
Yeah.
is the pocket.
Yeah.
You aim at the darkness.
At that point, that's not the pocket.
Yeah.
The pocket is actually existing somewhere else.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where my cue ball ends up every single time I break 8 ball.
On the top, that top rail.
Yep. It just.
Oh wow. That just rifled that carom on the stripe into the side, and the stripe just
Hung up.
just hung up, kind of wedged on the pad there. Well,
Is it still open?
I believe so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Yes, still open. So Seth's got can pick his poison here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like solids. You got a
I
little.
like solids too, but
you got the 9 and the 13 that are not cool. The 1 ball is going to be a problem. 7 ball is going to be a problem. So you got to figure out how to solve those. If you've got the window at the 4 ball right now, can you draw out of there into the stuff if you just want to fire that in there?
you're talking like me yesterday. I would have said this yesterday, and you'd be like, "You're insane." I would never have done this. But yes, absolutely, I love that shot because that's the way to.
Have
Like,
we been doing this long enough? Watching the conservative defensive pool that we're starting to
we're just like I'm running out. I'm trying to run out from everywhere.
that we're getting away from.
Yeah, no, but I like that. Hit that 4. Maybe you don't hit the 1. Maybe you hit the 7 out of there.
See, it's weird. It's like I have a hard time being patient with 8 ball, but I can be super patient in rotation of just like, I'm gonna hide you over and over and over until I can run out.
That's backwards.
Whereas 8 ball, I'm like, this is ugly, but like I'm gonna bust all these balls open.
Let's just get this over with. One of us is gonna win.
And in the process of doing this, I'm gonna tie one of the balls that I just opened up somewhere else on the table.
Well, that's just my relationship with the pool gods.
Yeah.
That's how it happens. I haven't prayed enough. I haven't given enough sacrifices.
You didn't sacrifice a chicken before you go to the tourney every week?
Good. I'll try that next time.
It is a funny story. There's this one of the last years that I came out here and played with Jordan, and maybe it was Scudder. I don't know. We played this team of guys from, I think they all worked for like Microsoft. They were from Seattle, and like afterwards they were like, "Did you guys like sacrifice chickens before you came to play this event? Because you guys just crushed us."
That sounds a bit salty.
They were super nice, but like it was a funny comment.
Well, by objective reasoning, you guys got incredibly lucky.
I mean, Scudder was on the team, so.
Oh well, then yes, they're 100% correct in saying this.
You know how frustrating it is to watch Scudder play pool.
I've played him.
That man creates so much luck; it's ridiculous.
We'll look it up. We'll look it up right now.
Well, gonna move the 1. It looks like here.
197 to 193. This guy.
Oh, you got a 4 game
I got a
advantage on him.
4 game
All right.
advantage.
Oh, by the way, I ran into Jen Lindell earlier. We've been gifted this big old bag of gummy bears.
Where's Dendel?
They don't play again till 3. Yeah, they were just wrapping up when the little after 1. So they had a 11 o'clock flight.
Yeah. Screw you, John. Watching. Yeah, and I told you about my new shirt.
You did. You showed it to me.
It's a Predator shirt.
Where was it made?
We're not getting into this. This is nighttime talk. um, no, my buddy Zach bought me a patch because I've played with Predator cues for basically
Oh, your kitten, your Predator kitten pet?
the Predator.
What did
Yeah, so it's a cute little patch I put on my case.
yeah, I'm
It's a little tiny little kitten, and it says Predator. Um,
just like how my cat thinks it's an apex predator.
oh, that guy. He's turned into a little fatty.
He's little chonkers, yes.
He's little joggers now.
Yeah, he went to the vet for his re-up on vaccines, and Jordan took him in. Yeah, the vet was like, "Don't let him get any fatter."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because like, yeah, whatever there a couple weeks ago, I was like, oh, you're a little chunky boy now, huh?
Yeah.
And him sitting in his window, just like the Jabba the Hutt style.
Oh, yeah. When he sits like that, he's just like
It's like, oh, brother.
back legs just splayed open, sitting up like you lazy beast.
Yeah, love the guy.
He is a cool cat.
He is cool. He,
Well, table's starting to open up a little bit. I would have to say that stripes seem to have the advantage at the moment.
uh,
Good opportunity on the 15 here. Oh,
yeah,
but yeah, I think you're supposed to play under the 15 there
I like that. Yeah, that is.
because the only place it goes is up, and you had basically just a stun shot right through the gap there.
Oh, that is definitely the shot. Because now you only got one more try to get on that 15th ball. And that one more try is relied upon getting shape on another ball.
Pretty good look on that ball there. As far as back cuts go, I mean, from that angle, I don't love that shot. Yep. 4 ball is gonna. Oh,
Ooh, direct stun of ground.
yeah,
I know that shot well.
yeah, yeah. That's always a. Feel like that one is half the time you're like, oh yeah, make sure you don't do this, and then like by telling yourself not to do it,
Mm-hmm.
your body's like, what, this?
But and like team matches and like important team matches, there's an extra like there's a heightened level of anxiety going on.
Oh, absolutely.
So like you're
Yeah,
like
some people deal with it better than others. Like some people are amazing, like
naturally
like
they
naturally
don't
good.
care. Yeah. Me, I'm scared. I get nervous during league matches.
Yeah,
Like playing one game against someone, I still get nervous.
no. I personally like team play. Like I feel a little bit more comfortable during team play. It's
Yeah.
like single stuff is where I get like because I feel like all the pressure is on me not to let myself down. Whereas like, I don't want to let my team down, but I feel like it's more I mean, it's a team effort.
You can
There's a
there,
little
there's room for you to mess up a
yeah,
little bit, and your team can pick up the slack
yeah.
there. Yeah, I feel the same. Uh, I I solo play. You know, I haven't won anything in my entire life. Any trophy or anything.
I like that our platinum team division win is meaningless to you.
It is, yeah. I'm just gonna say that. Well, because we got gifted the finals.
We were still gonna beat them.
Oh, probably. Well, not according to Sam, who came up to me after
Who
the.
I was staying with, and like I about like jabbed in the neck when he was giving me grief about it again back at our place later. I was like,
Oh, that was one of that year.
yeah,
Uh,
whatever. I got to break and run on Matt Horner, and that made me happy.
that feels good. Ooh, a little too juicy there. Didn't need to hit it that hard, but he's fine. Is he trying to draw it? Yeah, I think draw. Yeah, perfect shot.
Yeah. Key there is to make sure you didn't get straight. Got a little bit of angle. It's gonna have to hit one more little draw here.
Well, this is the shot I was talking about yesterday, where I'm trying to teach my APA team how to do this. Just little low, smooth stroke, smooth stroke.
He hit it pretty good. He's just a little off on the ball.
It's a little pokey on the stroke there. I mean, he hit it funny,
Yeah.
but yeah, smooth stroke. And actually, go call a
A
timeout.
little timeout here. A
Um,
little discussion on the
this
position
one,
of the four ball.
this one, I'm going one rail here. I don't like two rails.
I'm shooting the four ball.
You're shooting the four ball.
Yeah. The three is a better key ball.
It's true. Oh, you're right. I'm totally wrong. I'm. Yep, you're right. Objectively,
It happens sometimes.
I'm just so set in my ways to just shoot that.
Yeah.
But yes, the four ball is the proper shot here. It's 100%. Yeah, you don't have to do anything. Like you just make it. It's a natural position for the three. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, and then
and then it's natural position for the eight.
yeah.
Yeah, four ball is 100%.
Yeah, and it looks like that's what they decided on too.
Yeah. Well, that's a good timeout.
That's a great timeout.
That's a really good timeout.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Just you don't have yeah.
Yeah, do the same thing.
I mean, he didn't even have to hit the ball that hard.
He didn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Just make it.
It made itself.
Yeah. All right. All right, calm down, Tyrell. Jesus.
He overhit that one a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
He should have hit that one about the same. I think he was worried about coming straight at the eight.
Yeah.
He wanted to be
yeah,
over. And
yeah,
so
absolutely.
he,
that angle looked like it.
he hit it a little bit harder to make sure his ball was stunning.
Mhm.
Where if you're not comfortable putting a little outside rolling that ball, yeah, he kind of.
Oh.
He should still be okay. This is a very cuttable ball. The big thing is just don't manipulate your cue ball into the side pocket.
Well, because the thing I'm learning is if you miss it, leave it in the pocket.
Yeah, just
because
pocket speed.
yeah,
Look at that.
pocket speed. Oh, beautiful, beautiful out.
Yeah, you were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah.
Play your eight ball with pocket speed if you can. If you don't have to hit it hard, don't. That way, if you rattle it, it's blocking the pocket.
Yeah.
right, so what we got? Mark one up for Seth over there. All right, we're back to a. So it looks like we got a race to 2 for both of them. Well, I guess the one other thing, so got the team score up there in the upper left. I guess the one thing I didn't really talk about is how the matches are scored.
Ooh, don't ask me about that.
So when I first started APA, if you won your match, it was just a point.
Okay.
And now they've got this whole thing where if you shut your opponent out, they don't win any games, you get 3 points for the winning the match.
Okay.
If you win and it's not a shutout, but they're not on the hill, you get 2 points. And if it's hill, you get 2 points and your opponent gets 1 point. So it's not super complicated, but it's still a little weird. See, where it gets weird is when, like, is today they'll play all the matches regardless of who's winning the match.
So
Tomorrow we
if
will,
if there's a clear winner,
if it's mathematically impossible.
oh, because it's a round robin.
Yeah, today's round robin, so
Yes.
they will play all 3 matches regardless.
Yeah.
Tomorrow there'll probably be cases where they'll only play 2 out of the 3 possible matches because one team is mathematically won no matter what the score of the last match was. Because of this weird. Although that would have still applied back in the point scoring where if it's 2-0 after 2, you're done.
Yeah.
But now it's even funner because, it could be 3-2 after 2 matches, and you're like, okay. It's big numbers when we've only played 2 matches.
You ever hear Earl talking about, like, breaking is it's just too random, and it's like the
yeah.
game shouldn't be random.
Yes, what was it? There was this whole thing of like, you break, you run them out, and then we'll set the table up exactly how your break was and see if I can run them out.
Yeah,
Is basically he had this whole shtick about that
that makes sense.
where it's like horse.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here you did this.
Yeah.
Well, now let's see if
Now,
I can
if
do it.
you can do this.
Now let's see if I'm starting from the same position.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, if you want to do that, let's just do drills all day. Set the drill up. You get out.
Yeah.
That's like hanging out with Berkman. I don't want to do that.
Oh, you don't want to hang out with Berkman?
No, I want to hang out with Berkman. I just don't want to play drills with Berkman.
Because he's too good at them?
Because it's not playing.
But there's also the other thing is winter break. What, like, the only other game I can think of is like where if you win you have an advantage is street ball. Like,
Okay.
You score a point, you get the ball back,
Right.
you do it again. Every other game, you score a point, the opponent, like basketball, they get the ball back.
Yeah.
Football, they get the ball back.
Yeah, and I get that. But that's also coming from, a guy who in his prime was one of the best players in the world. So, like, yeah, I can get that argument there.
No, I'm making this argument right now.
But
I am not one of the best players in the world.
But statistically, the numbers show that it's not that on
average it's similar.
It evens out.
Yeah.
But you hear people say this all the time that winter break is. I don't like winter break because. But
I'm sure we could use.
But you're also
statistics.
You are also one of those people that criticizes so many other people's break. Like, they need to learn to go break. So what are you talking about? Like, you should have an advantage in winter break.
Yeah.
You're a great breaker.
Yeah, I know how to break.
Now, do you know how to run out?
No. Oh, yo, 90% I do. Yeah, I get pretty good for the most part. And
Yeah, there's a lot of those debates about, this and that. And
I had 'em.
I'm split on it. Like, it doesn't bother me.
I played Paul the first match of that the trough end of season tourney.
Yeah,
Broken ran 3 and lost 3-4.
alternate break.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I didn't break it on the last one because I had to do a jump
Oh,
draw with my full cue. It's a little jump, but I did a jump draw and then sucked the cue ball right into the side pocket.
I feel like Igor was following that ball with his body. Like he kind of
Mm,
like
yeah,
shot it and kind of was stood up and moving in the same direction.
which
And it's one of
I'm
those things you want to stay down, stay still afterward, you know.
I'm known to do the same.
Oh, I have. It's one of my favorite things to hear from people. He's like, "Well, you know what you were doing. You were
Hey,
standing up."
hey, don't move while you're shooting. Maybe you'll be more consistent that way. Like, all right, that makes logical sense, but shut up. So here's just a little draw like that. Yes,
Yeah, that was nice.
that's what I'm trying to teach my teammates right now is how to execute that shot.
It's a good shot.
It's
Comes up a lot.
every game.
Yeah.
Every game you have to shoot that shot.
Ooh,
What was going on there?
wow. Yeah, I'm not sure what.
I would have
So
played
he
it for
kind
the
of,
same pocket.
yeah, I probably would have too. I feel like he was trying to just.
It looked like the cue ball had some weird spin on it.
He definitely spun it.
Oh, I thought it was good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was playing the cue ball to shoot the 8 in that side, but like he did
Here's the thing
a little
is like
spinny.
he thought he needed more spin than he actually did. On that shot, you need just a touch of outside.
Yeah, it really opened up and took it almost to the scratch
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is barely any spin. It's just a center right hit,
Yeah.
and then it goes right there. You don't need to try to juice it.
Yeah.
Juicing it, and we'll put it where he ended up in the pocket. So what's Renat doing here?
I mean, I'm playing this with a little top outside, just a rolling ball.
Yeah,
Because you need a little bit. Oh, they're just playing.
I mean,
I think the goal was just to push it in front of the pocket, and he overhit it a little bit, and be like, "Here, you take the medicine on this up the rail cut."
yeah, because you could have done top outside, you could have done top inside,
But I
or
mean,
or not. Yeah,
we
not top,
we
not top
already had
outside.
this
Yeah,
conversation. They like to cut balls on the rail right there like that, like on the rail or a little bit off, and like it's my bread and butter. But yes, I can understand how
you,
at
you could have gone both
that
ways.
skill level, like that's an
Yeah,
uncomfortable shot. So,
yeah.
and the 8's tough. That is tough where it's laying. So he's like, "Here, you come with a shot, and hopefully when you miss it, my
Oh,
ball."
oh,
Oh,
oh! I'm
ooh,
I'm I'm clapping for that one.
that's a
What
good
a
shot.
shot!
Yep.
Think.
I mean, that's part of the game. It's weighing the percentages.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a tough shot. He was almost on the rail.
Mhm.
The 8's nearly on the rail, close to the side pocket.
Yeah. So what do you think the odds are of your if you leave the cue ball on the rail? What do you think the odds are of your opponent making like
That shot,
that shot?
if he'd been frozen on the rail,
Yeah.
oh, the difficulty of that shot goes up even more.
Yeah.
Because even off the rail, he still undercut it a hair. He caught that rail a little bit, but he rolled it at such a nice speed that
That it had
it still drifted into the pocket.
yeah.
And that's kind of back to the pocket speed thing that you were talking about with your 8 ball.
Well, I was lying about that.
I mean, the thing is there, at least it would have been in the pocket had because Igor kind of overhit that shot.
Yeah,
He was trying to put his ball in front of the pocket,
yeah,
and
and he
so
left it here, and the key ball would have been over here,
yeah,
and the eight ball would have been there.
yeah,
So yeah, that is. But that's another thing. Like I try to think about, and like I'm getting into talking about and teaching players. Like, and it's kind of where I'm starting to understand my own limitations of understanding of the game. You know, trying to explain things, and then I just question myself. It's like,
is that right?
is that right?
Yeah,
And sometimes it's like, oh, that's not right. That's just blatantly wrong. So it's all about learning
yeah,
and not standing up on your shot, which I see myself do every time I'm on a stream.
yeah. It's
Like, hey, stop doing that.
yeah,
How- You can't be consistent
yeah.
if this is what you're doing.
When I find myself missing a bunch of balls and I sit there and question, I'm like, what am I? I was like, and then like next turn at the table, I'm like, how about if I just make sure I'm still down watching that ball all the way to the pocket? I'm like, oh, it went in that time.
Yeah,
I know what the problem is.
interesting. I wonder if there's a correlation here.
Yeah, there's definitely, if you can get in the habit of remaining down and watching the ball to the pocket, it's interesting how much easier pocketing the ball becomes.
Yep. Practice table. Oh,
Beat the Merle.
it's Merle. Nice shot. Good shot there.
Oh yeah, get a free turkey. I need to get a shot of that pile of boxes on the
Hey,
dolly
that,
up there.
that those boxes are dwindling, dude. You got to get it soon.
Well, I'm just saying, I need to put the camera over there so people can see these boxes of shirts that fell off the back of a pickup truck.
Oh, how many colors do they have?
I don't know.
I saw a black and a turquoise.
I'm
I kind
curious.
of want a turquoise
I'm
shirt.
curious if
Can
it's
I
all.
go? Can I go beat the Merle real quick?
Sure. I'm curious if that's like all the back stock of like shirts that they've sold over the last few, like the leftovers from the last few events.
Yeah.
I did get a shirt last time.
Yeah.
The 9 ball one was pretty cool. It had a wolf on it,
I love it.
like the.
I think that's the new hotness is buying local shirts from small cities across America.
Well, you got to get you gotta have an APA shirt so you can wear it to the BCA event, unironically, like Scudder.
He actually gambles. I don't gamble. He could use that to his advantage.
Yeah,
I just look like a fool.
yeah.
Nice shot. Clean it.
Nice little
Oh,
chip into the side.
he loves the side pockets just like you.
I haven't met a shot that I don't like. Now, do I always make them?
Questionable.
He's trying to clip that
Yeah, he was trying to,
411 there.
and it would have been nice too because he
Yeah.
would have had a shot of the two ball.
Yeah, it would have held him up there.
Yeah, and like so that was not a bad shot. That was very close to a
The
really good
the
shot.
outcome's unfortunate. It was just
Yeah,
a hair, but there's the safety
yeah,
right there.
big old couple big old balls in the way.
Well, I didn't break them up, but I can still hide behind them. Always something to keep in mind when you miss breaking up your cluster.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, that's why you leave balls on the table.
Yep.
You don't leave your problem. Ooh, what a kick!
Good,
Lazy
pretty good return there.
freaking Cyclops called. He wants his lasers back.
An X-Men reference.
Yes.
It actually took me a second.
You're like, what is this idiot saying?
Greek mythology? Where are we going with this?
Oh yeah, no.
I was like, oh, comics.
I'll make a Crete reference here pretty soon.
Yeah, you looking forward to that Chris Nolan's next movie? Was that
The Odyssey?
the Odyssey?
Yeah. I am actually. I'll probably see it in IMAX. I saw Oppenheimer in IMAX, and
And
it was. I actually saw Dunkirk out here.
oh, nice.
I was stayed at Nesquin with my family.
Yeah, I do like a Chris Nolan movie, but I also like them when they finally come out so I can watch it at home and turn on the subtitles.
Tenet was the worst about
Oh,
that. It was you couldn't hear anything, anything, and half the movie was exposition anyway. They're just wait, so you're going backwards in time? Well, they're going forwards in time at the same time.
Yeah.
Cool movie.
Yeah. I saw Interstellar at Baghdad. The
Oh,
sound at Baghdad already is a little
not good.
so seeing Interstellar there was torture.
With the Hans Zimmer, the one of the best soundtracks of all
Oh
time.
yeah. The docking sequence
I still get I tense up every time I hear that song.
and Matt Damon
Yeah.
playing a turd in a movie. That was mwah, chef kiss.
Oh, he was so good at it. How did that happen? Yeah, let me show you how beautiful my planet is. Haha. Tricked ya. It sucks here.
I got you good.
Got you good. No, I'm gonna murder you.
All right, just stop this ball behind the stripe.
That's a very nice shot. I like that.
Well, that's a tasty little defense there because
Oh.
all three of your balls are out in the open, and
Mhm.
it's going to be really hard to get a return here.
Well, he was, I mean,
You can try and
like,
draw it.
oh yeah, like that. Oh, that's a great shot too. That's a mm, mm.
That
Claps,
was about
claps for that one.
the only thing you could do there and not sell out
Yeah.
was try and bring that cue ball up to that rail. And he got the benefit of putting it on the one, but he's going to
But
be in jail.
left a pretty easy return save. So, are you playing this with speed or are you slow play?
The kick here.
Yeah.
I might play it with medium speed
Oh,
because
he got a little lucky there. He hit the point.
I mean, to not give up ball in hand, yes.
Yeah.
But the, you know, now Seth's just got to be smart about his position here.
Well, this is not an easy run out. I don't think the one goes by the two.
It doesn't, and I can't tell how much angle he has on the four ball. If he's got the angle to just kind of draw between the one and two.
Looking at the table, looks like he could draw into the one. Looking at the screen, it looks like he has no angle.
Yeah, in retrospect, I maybe would have tried a stun run through so I could shoot the one all the way down.
I would have
kinda-
cheated the pocket and tried to draw another one.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying is he just stopped the ball.
Yeah.
Like if end up behind the 8 here.
Nice.
Oh, a little double kiss.
Little double kiss to help.
Yeah, little helper.
Extra.
Well, I think you got to kick behind the two. Just roll and bump the two to the rail.
Yep. Oh, you can see all of it.
Interesting.
Almost went in. That's crazy.
I didn't think you could see any of it.
I don't think so either. But this is runnable here. Oh, got it.
Well, I think that's a little bit of pressure of a long ball and your opponent's on the hill.
Yeah. Are you playing the combo or are you going back and forth?
I don't mind. Yeah, I don't. I was gonna
I'm
say
going
I was gonna say I don't mind playing the ball out of the pocket and coming back to the one.
because if you know where to hit that two ball, going back and forth is
Yeah,
just it's elementary.
yeah, yeah.
If you know where to hit it.
I agree with you. We've been
Yeah.
talking about that. Just hit the there. Yeah, that's.
Yeah. I because yeah, it is not.
I mean, I'll probably play the combo here.
You think so?
Yeah, no, learning how to deal with the ball in the pocket is it's weird to me because I know plenty of players around my speed
I
who
have no idea how
no
to.
clue.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is like, it's so important. Like, how have you never worked on this?
Yeah. Like we saw someone not last night, 2 nights ago, trying to instead of using the
Oh,
angle,
trying to draw out of the
just
pocket.
trying to draw it. Use your draw stroke instead of using like hitting a quarter ball
Yeah,
and just judging that speed, which is way easier
yeah.
than trying to like, oh, I'm gonna draw exactly 1/2 foot right now.
It's
Or
like they get scared of the point. Like they think they're gonna hit the point, or like they don't just don't know how much of the ball to like.
that I think that's the energy transfer. I
Yeah,
think is the it's a huge thing.
it's a mystery to a lot of players.
Uh,
But yeah, I don't know how many people I watch try and draw out of the pocket, and because it's in the pocket, they actually can't figure out where to hit the ball, so they end up drawing it at an angle, or they draw it so much they draw all the way across the table.
well, that's the problem with draw.
Yeah,
Is like if you hit it like even just a little bit off, you're not drawing at the angle that you want it to. You're
sure.
drawing at a different angle.
No, undercut.
Undercut, but left them safe.
I'm gonna chalk that up to the pressure of being on the money ball there for the win.
Mm,
Yep, about what I expected.
yeah, but
What do you
I
like?
would have left the cue ball higher up the table because then like the bank goes now. If your cue ball is a little higher up the table, there's no bank there.
It looks a little like this looks a little more of a finesse bank than a just like a,
I think you just slow roll it and it goes right in.
you think?
Yeah, but if you're up here, there's no bank. Right? The double kiss is in the way.
I mean, he double kissed it wide. I think it was. I think the way it was laying, you had to overcut it with inside and finesse it.
I don't think so.
You're right. I don't know anything about banking a
I'm
ball.
not. I'm not. I'm not talking S, bro. I'm just saying what I saw.
Yeah, the one. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but the one thing I don't like about leaving it a little bit higher is it's harder. It's easier to accidentally leave it too high and sell out the cut shot.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah,
It was
I
really, it was
I
pretty close to
I
the
did not
pocket there.
I did not think about that. Yes. Ooh,
All right,
hill.
we got us a hill to start off the day here on the Hill Productions stream.
What a what a sequence.
Man, I actually got some sleep last night. I'm still tired. But we're not gonna be here till 3 again tonight.
Thank goodness. Boom. Busted him wide open, nothing down.
Pretty good spread.
My worst
We've
nightmare.
definitely seen very few wide open tables this week.
like 0.
Like even that one in the singles final that we saw run out was only because it was with ball in hand to open it up,
Yeah,
to pick it apart.
yeah. To take the one problem. Oh, so we're still at 0 BNRs, I think. What's your bet? BNR bet.
Um,
We're already on day 3,
we are on day 3.
and we have seen 0. I'm gonna go 5. That's my bet. I'm good. I'm betting 5.
Hmm. Man, that's tough action.
It is. And we're not doing closest. If no one gets it right, it's a moot bet.
It's just a wash.
Yeah, that's a wash.
So, man, that's tough because I feel like the majority possibilities of breaking runs are coming down to today and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's a good number. Five's a good number.
You should have took it.
Well,
I gave you the I hesitated for a second.
yeah, I didn't. I took too long.
You took too long.
So now, do I want to go
You
one
go.
under or one over?
Oh, you're gonna price right me?
Yeah. I want that new television.
Give me the tub.
Um, I'm gonna say
6.
I want to say 7, but I feel like 6 is a safer bet.
Well,
Put me down for 7.
7. Love it.
Yes.
All right, chat room. We are coming up with little prop bets. And we need ideas for more of them. Because at the end of this week, one of us is going to be down big money. Huge,
Huge.
huge money.
All right. Rob, yes, yes. We're just talking about ones that we observe on the streaming table, not the whole event.
Not the whole
Because I'm
room.
sure there probably have been.
Yes. I'm sure there have been multiple.
But yeah, from here on out through the rest of the event,
Yeah. Because
is we're at
I
0 as
I
far
don't
as I recall.
like
We've had a couple full table runs, but no like off
no
the
break
break,
no break and run.
not off the break.
Oh.
All right, lost Cliff. Been being distracted by some of the players on my APA team from back home. Uh, I think, Rob, we're going to include Scotch as well because that will be basically all we're streaming tomorrow from my experience from the last 2 events. Since we'll have the flights today, we'll do Winkinder Scotch tomorrow, and then we'll have I don't know if we'll have the quarterfinals, but at least we'll be streaming the semifinal and final matches at 3-man on Sunday. Looks like he might just have enough of the 5. I'm trying to bank it. It's like, okay. Maybe he had just enough little outside to throw the ball in. Very impressed with the conservative game that I see from some of these players. All right, Rob, you're in. Rob is saying 3 break and runs. Hey, thanks for tuning in, Rob. Just trying to get down to that 5. Got too much of it right in the drink. All Igor's balls out in the open here. He's going to start up top. I think I would have preferred starting down with that, maybe the 11. Whoa, where are you going with my gummy bears? You can open them. You're the one that bought them for me. Yeah, done well. Well, this is a little tricky because if you roll this, I think you're tracking towards the 7 ball. Put Rob down for 3 break and runs.
Rob, 3. Bold move. I haven't formatted this.
Yeah, it's a mess that you got going on over there.
I know what's going on. I understand it.
You need like some circular scribbles, like Jon Stewart with his little cheat sheet, The Daily Show, which is I think it's just a piece of paper for him to scribble on. Like there's nothing actually written on it.
Yeah, that's about what this looked like, because your commentator calls are in Roman numerals, and mine are in
Fractions or decimals.
decimals.
What is going on with that other camera? It's supposed to be on autofocus and it's chasing focus for some reason. You talk about this while I fix the camera.
All right. So on the 7 ball. Yeah, little containing safe. That works because that 12 ball doesn't go by the 11. So it doesn't leave anything. That's why I call it a containing safety and not like a full hook. Because he can actually see his ball. He can cut it to the side. And actually, it just hit this little high center. That's why I said high. You would have hit that high center. Could have gone down to the end rail, the long rail, back to the other end rail, and then had a straighting shot on the 11 ball. But you put a little draw on it. So here,
There we go.
he's lining up straight. Where if you give yourself angle here, you can go 2 rails. Don't draw it. You just natural angle. Give yourself his ball in hand here.
Oh,
So he's doing like
I mean, he nailed it.
he nailed it. It was a great shot. Um,
You're talking about keeping it simpler, though.
yes. Trying to keep it simple. Don't rely on your draw stroke there. Rely on the natural angle of the table. And
Little love bump there.
a little bump straight in.
Line them up. Pocket marked.
There it is. Match 1.
All right. All right, gonna get those team scores updated. So 2-1. Oh, really? Already? All right. So while we're waiting for the next match to get put up, or the next, yes, team matchup. Shout out to Chinook Winds Casino and Resort, our host venue and sponsor for this event. Appreciate them supporting pool in the Pacific Northwest for all these years, making this event possible, providing a venue that we have 64 tables packed into, vendors, a bar, streaming, all kinds of good stuff. A big thank you to Boomer and the Opal APA organization for having me out again to stream this event. Provide people the ability to watch their friends, players go back and watch their matches. I think it's a great tool for exposure, for just getting the word out. Thank you to Steve and Teresa Bigglebox. Steve puts in a lot of work with the logistics of getting the room set up. And they will also be running the Lincoln City Open this weekend in concurrently with Weekender Scotch and the three-man team event. So if you're APA player, non-APA player, you don't have to be a league member and looking for something to do this weekend, there is $2,000 being added to that event. You can sign up anytime before 1 p.m. tomorrow. Come on out, play some pool. All right, looks like we're gonna have Sarah and I'm assuming it's gonna be Lydia. All right. Got our player names updated down there in the scorecard. Renegades lead the match in team points 2-1. Now we have a matchup between Sarah and Lydia. That's a skill level 4, skill level 3 matchup. Sarah will be going to 3, Lydia to 2. And Lydia has won the lag. She'll break off first.
Head on break. Not my favorite. Without the template.
Yeah, one ball almost going. Got a ball on the side.
Pretty good spread.
Few balls near each other, but nothing stuck.
No puppy. They're not sticking together like they were yesterday.
Yeah.
but there are more people in here, which make you think there would be more community.
I don't know. I feel like the rain yesterday had a more drastic effect than the bodies in the room is having today.
Quite possibly, yes.
I'm gonna run and grab a water. You need anything?
Got water.
Cool. I'll be right back.
It's me and you now, chat room. Just rolled a little too far on that shot. She didn't want to have to. Might be trying to shoot it by that too. Yep. Had a little gap for action there. Didn't quite get it. Now we're on the stripes. Oh, solids. Ooh, good try.
It's getting to that point where I don't remember which buttons to push.
This is
I almost hit the camera cut button to try and unmute my mic.
and blink. It was a good break, but then balls kind of mushed back together a little bit.
Well, if you're solids,
Your solids, you're in a happy place.
yeah. No, that worked out well.
I like that very much. That almost was. You make that two ball, you're living good.
No, whoops. Walking around with $30 chalk in my pocket.
Just oh hey, look, $30. Chat room, I've got a question. What's your favorite glove? Or a glove that has longevity?
It's a good question because we were talking about this yesterday that you need a new one and I need to move on from.
Your Molinaris.
Yeah.
Molinari and Kamui, they're the exact same glove. There's no.
They're slightly different.
They're the same thing.
They're not. Because I've worn Jordans before and it's not the same. They are similar.
To the point of being the same.
Oh, stop it.
I'm being difficult. I know.
Well, one of us has to be. It's part of the.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it was me last night.
Yeah.
Ah, finally, somebody did my ticky.
A ticky. Love it. Love it. I love a good ticky. It's a beautiful shot.
I just like people who don't know the word.
Uh,
And they're like, you're making that up. I'm like, no, it's a real word. It's a real word that means a certain type of shot where you go into the rail and then into the ball and then into the pocket.
yeah.
Well, I think it actually originated before pockets.
Probably.
It's more of a
billiards.
like three cushion and
Yeah.
the games that existed before even the three cushion. I can't remember what the carom. But there was another name for it. It was like 18-2 or something.
Well, I think because
there was multi forms of the carom game, but like there was one that had a weird. It was like 18-2 or something like that. and then they finally had to change the rules because people would basically just sit there and ticky the ball along the rail.
They could score infinity points.
Yes, basically.
Oh.
And you know, and then somebody's like, "No, we need a new game."
This doesn't work anymore. You could be here until the heat death of the universe.
Pretty much.
No, but I think carambol. Carom is a French word. I think that's where um, indoor billiards was popularized
Right.
by the aristocracy.
Balkline.
Bachlein,
Yes.
yes. That well, that's why the cloth is green because it's billiards was taken inside, so it was meant to mimic.
Yeah, it was 18-1 and 18-2, where the point one and the point two describe the number of inches to form the bulk, the bulk
Where
line.
you could make
Yeah.
a point.
Oh, sorry, 18 inches, and then the one or two were
So you could just maneuver the ball
one or two shots.
into
Yeah.
a certain area and then
Yes.
score infinity points.
Yes.
It's a fundamentally broken game.
Which is why three cushion has supplanted it.
Yeah.
Now there's a beautiful game.
Every three cushion shot looks like a trick shot.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, this is a hanger,"
Yeah.
and they're like, "Big, big, 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 think."
I mean, the break shot alone, it's fairly simple, but like the first time you see it, you're like, how would you know to like?
I remember when Sam's had the three cushion table, and you gambled me. You're like, "I can hit 6 out of 10 points on the break shot." I was like, "No way, you can't." And then I think you got 7 out of 10. I was like, "Gosh darn it!"
I used to have a lot of prop bets.
The break shot and three cushion.
Yeah. No, but there were other ones like the impossible
Uh,
down the rail shot
yeah.
that I had Alex completely like flustered with. And until he finally figured that as long as I didn't set it up,
Hold up a minute. This guy's cheating me.
it's the whole point of prop shots.
Oh, it's doing something easy that looks hard.
It's statistically in my favor.
You gosh darn cheat. Nice speed there.
Well, you know, if you're smart enough to know, then you won't take the prop.
Oh
You
my
won't take the bet.
god.
It's not cheating, it's a hustle.
It's the same thing. Yep, she's looking. It's like, ooh, I got to go back and forth after this shot. So where am I going to leave my cube on here? She left again. Left
I think
again.
she's gonna shoot the 5 though.
Yeah, shooting the 5. I think here you just play underneath it. Like that is.
I was just about to say, like, if you
Don't
play
try to.
2 rails scratches, as long as you don't overhit it.
Uh,
She came up a little short.
I think just hitting that one center ball, you just come straight across and you shoot the one ball up table.
Yeah.
So it's a speed shot. Don't try to
Yeah,
get
I like that too.
don't try to get fancy with it. But
I was gonna get underneath the 8 ball pretty nice.
playing smart,
Yeah.
smart pool. Take a little time out. There's one thing at my APA team, like my teammates will like, "Hey Cliff, I need a timeout. I need to do this one rail kick." I'm like,
Nope.
I don't know how to help you. It's somewhere in this general area, but since you don't hit the cue ball
The same way that you hit the cue ball.
or in a vertical line,
Right.
if you're off giving any inside or outside spin on it, I yeah, I'll give you general area, but in speed and how new the cloth is, like
Yeah.
good effort. Because like on those one rail kicks, it's if it's long on old cloth,
Hmm.
the cue ball's gonna grip more. If you have any sort of spin on it,
Right.
that's gonna grip more. So it's gonna you have running, it's gonna spin way wider. If you have any inside, it's gonna shorten it. So it's a lot of variables you have to take into account in a one rail kick.
Pretty good.
Good shot.
Overrolled it
Just
maybe a hair.
just a touch. And close to the rail, which adds another extra level of difficulty there.
Yep.
You
We're
really want that cue ball.
seeing a lot of rolling balls, so I don't think that I don't expect any danger here. Well, she's jacking up a little bit. I don't know if I like that. I know she's on the rail, so she,
Uh, kind of. I think like that is a good point you brought up there. Getting jacked up.
yeah,
It doesn't matter if you're on the rail or whatever. Like
keep your cue level.
keep your cue level.
I mean, I understand there's certain situations where you have to because the rolling ball is going to scratch or do something very bad. But the one thing I worked on for a while, a long time ago, was you still line up level, you get all the way down, you stay level, and then once you're lined up in position, then you just lift and elevate and you don't move. You don't try and line up while you're jacked up or make
Yeah.
adjustments once you're up. You trust that you lined up while you were leveling down and then you fire it.
Well, that's when we were on a team with Littman. He went up to Ox for a lesson with Darren Appleton,
Mm.
and
I think he's coming back.
he's coming back.
I saw a post the other day.
Yeah. And so Lippman asked me, he was like, "Hey, anything you guys want me to ask during Appleton?" I was like, "How do you aim when you're jacked up over a ball?" And he's like, Mike was like, "Real, real? That's what you want me to ask him?" I'm like, "Yes, please, please, someone explain this to me. How do you aim when you're jacked up over a ball?"
Did he come back with a answer?
It was the simplest answer. What do you think?
Was it what I just said?
It's basically, yeah, when you're jacked up. Look, I mean, here's the question that trips up a lot of pool players. You ask them, it's like, "Hey, what's the last thing you look at before you shoot?" For me, it's the object ball.
Right.
I am looking at the object ball 100% of the time. There's a bunch of players who look at the cue ball.
Yeah, I've heard this.
Um, like Jason Shaw, one of the best ball makers in the world. He looks at the cue ball before he like in his final when he shoots.
Yeah,
Um, to me, that's insane.
I think both schools are valid.
I mean,
I think it's a preference
it's
thing, or is
it's
like, the thing that you've built the biggest habit doing is probably what you should stick with.
that makes lots of sense. But in my non-logical mind, how can you not look at the optic ball?
Well, I will tell you a funny thing that I changed last year because I look at the object ball when I'm shooting, but
Uh-huh.
when I break,
I looked at the cue ball.
the cue ball is the last thing I look at
Yeah, same. Yeah,
because it was an adjustment I made because I found that with the power of the break sometimes I was getting squirrely,
yeah.
and that focusing on the cue ball is the last thing ensured that I was striking the cue ball where I wanted to when applying power on the shot.
The exact same experience for me. So
And it's amazing how much more control I got on the break. Now, sometimes,
I still scratch at the side,
yes,
about 20% of the time.
yes, but that comes down to me not lining up on the object ball, the head ball correctly if I'm head ball
Or
breaking.
little variations in your stroke
Yeah,
because breaks you are hitting it harder, so it's not.
it is easy even then to still,
Yeah.
and
So
especially if you're popping it coming down a little bit, you can get a little swerve on the ball.
yeah. So Mike went up there and he actually asked Darren, and Darren said, "Make sure you're looking at the cue ball when when you're when you're jacked up over a ball.
Yeah,
Look at the cue ball, and while you're after you're done aiming, look at the cue ball." I was like, "I already do that. This is
yeah, it's like how I jump the ball. I'm not looking at the object ball when I jump.
oh no, absolutely no.
I'm
I
looking. I'm actually technically not looking at the cue ball either. I'm looking at a spot in front of the cue ball on the table that I've drawn a line from my cue ball to the object ball.
hmm, I am looking at the cue ball when I jump. I'm looking at a point. I do the aim. I make a little calculation because if you're jumping and so a spherical object landing on a different spherical
Right.
object, the angle of incidence is not going to be the same
Correct.
when it's coming down. It's going to be a little shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you actually undercut the jump a little bit.
Yeah.
So if I'm, oh,
Let's give Sarah a point here. Wrap up our off-topic discussion.
so really random jump. Yeah. So if I like, I'm not aiming at the heart of the pocket. If I'm cutting it to the right,
Right.
I'm aiming to the left side of the pocket just a little bit because I'm expecting to land on the object
Right.
ball.
Sort. So you're aiming a jump cut the same way you would aim a thinner cut into like a corner pocket.
Yes.
You're overcutting it.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
a good way to describe it.
Yeah. All right. So we saw Lydia break the first one. Let's see. Okay. So Sarah's gonna looks like she's gonna go with the second ball break.
Nice
Eight
hit.
eight balls moving.
Ooh, a lot of action.
Cue ball kind of stuck down in traffic though.
It did. So that's kind of sticky. Like
Yeah.
we've watched a lot of the breaks.
Yeah, there's been a real mixed bag of results after the break this week. Most of them not cut and dry tables afterwards. Almost,
Yeah,
I'd say 95% of the time. Like,
just weird games
yeah,
where it's hard to like call any shot
yeah.
because oh ah that's that's a good attempt there.
All right. So, okay, so she is stripes because that's all she made on the break is a stripe. I like to confirm sometimes that the table's not actually still open when a shot like that happens.
Yeah, I think just got a little habit of standing up on her stroke.
She's standing up a little bit, isn't she?
Yeah,
Well,
and
definitely
that's one
something.
thing that I was accustomed. I still do. I still do. Like I watch myself play. I lift my head and I stand up a little bit on most every stroke, and I know this. I recognize this, but I still do it.
Funny. So Kiski, John, I'm trying,
Jack.
Jack, won a lesson with Mitch Ellerman when
Hmm.
we were out here for nine ball. That was when he finally like had a chance. Mitch finally had time. Like they were over there, and like Mitch literally just had his cue on the top, like holding Jack's head down.
Oh, I've seen that during snooker lessons.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, you just don't.
because I've noticed even when I finally get my, if I am standing up, or even if I'm not standing up, that I still have a little bit of a head upward twitch
Well,
on my shot.
Brickman does too.
Yeah,
Brickman actually does. Like, there's a lot like people who have well, Brickman and I have our like cues like on the
yeah.
chin basically, and like yeah, I have like 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 every shot there's just a little raise up.
Mine's more of a twitch.
Yeah,
Like, oh, my body's still being like, you want to stand up so bad, don't you?
yeah.
All right, she's gonna take over that pocket. I think we're just gonna see a little bit of pushing some balls around, pocketing the ball, claim a pocket.
Yeah.
Well, somebody's got the upper hand to get out
Well,
here.
what do you think about making the one ball here?
I mean, I think that'd probably be my turnaround reaction after somebody taking over the pocket. Well,
Yeah,
I want the pocket back.
yeah. Not yours anymore.
Yeah.
And now
Oh, that's unfortunate.
you're hosed.
I mean, I do like that the eight ball got opened up a little bit, but yeah, it's just unfortunate to be behind the five ball now. Do looks like she can go one rail into the 11, maybe. Ooh, that line might not be there.
Yeah. None of this is fun.
No.
This is,
Yeah, the more I look at it, I think yes, I think going this way is probably
oh, hit a rail. Hey,
yeah.
hey, not a foul.
Unfortunately, she has pushed that ball over into trouble with the 11 ball. So yeah, I think if she gets a chance, like just dinking off the 11 and potting the one would be in her best interest down the road.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, where's our chat moderator today? But I forgot she's on the road
She's
at 5:30 and under.
driving up to scratch. Or we got the 6:30 and under at 15th Street.
Are there two events this weekend?
Yep.
Wow. And you opted to come hang out with me.
Well, I'm not going to spend $500 plus lodging and expenses
Yeah.
to potentially what I got fifth sixth last time,
Yeah.
and went home with $900.
Well, yeah. And how much did you have to give back to me for?
Well, you gave me way more than you should have.
True.
Well, I did have to pay $200 for a hotel room
Right.
and
Yeah.
gas.
Did I even take a cut, or did I just take the entry
I
fee
think
back?
you took your entry fee back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not good at making money.
So yeah, I'm not really.
Well, I still need to get some patches made because I do have a couple players that I made agreements with who haven't actually really taken me up on the offer. Which reminds me, maybe I should text Byers to see if he's coming out. He's one of the players I told
Oh yeah.
I would sport a few entry fees for this year.
Well, my 10 ball break has been exceptional, or maybe only at trough because the new cloth, and
Yeah.
I can baby it and just I'm sitting that one ball in front of the corner pocket every single time.
Yes. Whoever that cool dude is who got those tables redone, I like that guy. Here's a secret. It was me.
Good one. All right, yeah. So yeah, taking the 7 here is good. Run. I like running into the 6 here. Like
Right. Yeah.
not trying
I
to not like
not trying to get on the stay on the right side of it and shoot in the same pocket.
yeah, because that's
Nudge it more out to the table so it's a little easier
because
to
you
make
gotta
more
you gotta
pockets.
swerve it. You gotta
Yeah.
swerve it to actually hit that.
Oh, at that angle. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Somebody actually put money in our tip jar?
Um.
Was it one of the guys from the finals last night?
Yeah.
No, that was nice of him. I appreciate that. Right. Where she's a little straight.
Yeah.
I don't mind going rail first on this softly.
I do. It's too far away from the pocket for me.
I like going rail first because it's easier to miss if you try and cheat it, which is what she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also think going rail first softly, you kind of go it's kind of a little two rail path and you're looking you got a good angle on that 8 ball. It's the upper left. Okay, I got heads in both my camera views right now.
Super tired. You can do up. You try and you can do up. You're on table 2. Finish 2. This will be easy. This will be easy. Finish 2. You're on table 9.
Gonna come with it here. Ooh, just a little off.
Got soy sauce. Team Larry. It's got some Team Larry. 38.
Here and like I know I've talked about I've mentioned ball and jaws 100 times already.
Yeah, I think people are probably tired of hearing about it.
This one's actually tough. Like this one is.
Yeah, I think that's kind of I think she did about all you can do. It's just like pot it, take the medicine, take the longer shot. I mean, you could do a little bit more,
You could have gone the other side.
but
the other side,
I
and
think it was a
come up.
comfortability thing of just making sure you have a shot afterwards and not.
But that's why you practice ball and jaws.
I agree, but I'm saying, as we've already discovered, a lot of people don't practice it.
Yeah.
And
I know.
so instead of
Love that.
guessing how to hit it, just being like, well,
That is your chart and smooth.
make it simple. So Sarah's 2 now
63.
on the hill.
Yeah. No, I'm just pointing this out as a. Not to you. There's something to be learned here. If the ball's in the pocket, it doesn't mean that it's easy.
All right, kids at home, if you've been paying attention, Uncle Cliff wants you to go to your local pill hall and work on
Put
ball
a
and jaw.
ball in the jaws.
I'm
and-
agreeing with you. I'm just,
Sounds like you're making fun of me.
I mean, I am a little bit, but I just want to make sure it was very clear to our viewers if there's something they want to work on to help their game,
It's a very good thing to work on.
we're gonna keep harping on it all weekend.
I'm
every time it comes
I'm
up.
gonna mention it every time there's a ball and jaw shot.
Well, it's just like NWPA. I harp on like the players leaving themselves on the rail.
That's a big one
Yeah.
too. That's the thing I fall victim to all the time.
We all do it.
I always forget. It's like, don't leave the cue ball on the rail.
Yep. So there are two major problems it causes. What you can put on the cue ball,
Mhm.
which basically becomes only top,
Yeah.
and cueing a ball next to the rail increases the difficulty of the shot just across the board.
This has been Dr. Maxon and Dr. Datweiler.
I feel like I need like a Google Drive spreadsheet where I just like put down the key points and put it up on the screen. So if you've been watching,
Oh, we can make notes here. I got my legal pad. No, no cue ball on rail.
practice ball and jaws.
Practice ball in jaws. Use a template rack. Can I put that down?
I mean, you're going to anyway, so I'm not going to say no.
I am. I 100. Use a template because people suck at racking.
Oh, can you put a little asterisk there that says a decent template rack, not one of those cheap flimsy ones that sometimes people show up with?
Name brand. Can I just say name brand? Like,
yes, that's why
yeah.
it's basically what I meant.
I mean, normally I'm not like a name brand type of guy. Like,
Yeah.
but those super ones that like you pick it up and it
Like it just folds over.
wilts in your
Yeah,
hand.
yes.
Yes, those do not work.
No,
They're
because they're not stiff enough to stay on the table correctly.
yeah,
They bunch
you
up.
push the balls in and then it just moves
Yeah.
the whole thing. Where with the name brand one, they actually fights that.
Yeah.
Maintains its position to asterisk. Name brand.
Pocket full of sunshine on the rail again. On the rail again with a pocket full of sunshine. That'll burn the short 54. 54.
Mm.
Over here on 53.
I feel like we should have more.
We'll get there.
We just started. Get it. Get it. Nice try.
Well, still not an easy out here.
Nope. So immediately I'm looking at the 13 as a key ball. Or no, the 13. Yeah. 13 to get to the 15. Ooh. Ooh.
Well, I'm not sure she necessarily wanted that to follow it
I
in,
don't think
but
you did.
gonna have to contend with it now.
Oh.
Well, I don't think she's gonna love this.
I think she's hooked. All right. Oh.
There's a.
I think she's bank hooked. Oh, what? Should I be fully hooked?
I don't know. There's a
R-
bit there.
from
I can see
looking
it
at
on the camera. It looks like there's a little gap there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she can see a whole lot of it.
Yeah. So what's the number on there? What did I say the number of teams are? 150 teams.
150 teams.
So
43 flights.
times 3 players, 450 players today.
Yeah, it is. It's a packed house in here.
$16. Table 16.
You'll put my new T-shirt on. $50 for a shirt. Come on,
How much was it?
15.
Wrecking ball and devil's cage.
Is it on sale?
It's, because I don't think anyone. I think they're leftover. And no, yeah, no one bought the original. Well, because there's a Etsy shop that
The low level.
yes, yeah,
Yeah, somebody had one of those. Can't remember if it was 9 ball or 8 ball last year.
I saw it. Yeah,
Summer was thrilled about it.
it's I really they don't sell it anymore in their
Yeah.
Etsy shop.
Yeah, Summer.
Well, that's
Summer. Like, is I'm pretty sure Summer went and asked her where she got it because he was just so giddy about it. He's like, I need one.
I want one too. But no, like the Put It a patch.
Yeah.
It's from the same Etsy shop. They made the low
Oh,
level.
yeah. I think you were either in the chat when we were talking about it, and I
Yeah.
think you mentioned it because I do remember that now.
Yeah, they don't sell it anymore. Probably got
A cease and
cease and desist. Well, I actually saw the Reddit post from them, and people were like, they're like, oh, but they're like, oh, send this to Predator. I'm like, don't send this to Predator. They will
No.
shut you down immediately.
Yeah. People don't always think things through.
Yeah. Like, oh, you're well, you know, just like my Just Bank It shirt.
Well, about half of the jam up shirts when they first got started.
Yeah.
But you had the Blazer logo,
Not a sponsor, right?
the
The Golden State.
yeah. Well, and then they had the old Supersonics logo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I was talking to somebody. There is like a little wiggle room with those to a certain extent, but that was a couple of them were pretty. Don't get me wrong. I love my Blazers jam up shirt.
Yeah, I love my Just Bank It shirt. It's awesome.
And 7 is tied up on the 8. Pretty well.
And the 4 and 5 don't really go anywhere.
No.
So solids here is
I think there's like, I don't know. The 4, there might be like the weirdest little bit of an angle to pot it, but
well, you got to get grade on it.
yeah.
But at what point do you just say like, "Hey, I'm gonna blast these balls and just see what happens"? Because like you don't have to call anything.
I mean, it was somebody who walked by that we both know who is a pro at APA 9 ball, spray and pray.
Yeah.
Misses the ball he's shooting, but 2 other balls go in 2 different pockets.
Hey, look at that.
How much of a? Ooh, nope, no window for that 12 ball or 14 ball.
And to get the breakout, you have to play the you have to swerve it. You had to do a swerve.
I liked shooting the ball she has shot into the rail a little bit and trying to carry him out off that ball.
Yeah,
That would have been sick.
yeah. I think there's a lot of room to make it,
No.
and you'd be pushing that 14 in front of the pocket. But that's a good save right there.
That's a great save.
A beautiful save.
I mean, nobody's ever told me that I lose a lot of matches because I'm so creative. That's self-deprecation right there.
Oh wow, you're all so oh, that's a TikTok sound. You probably wouldn't. Wow, everyone's so creative. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, well, on the bright side, the 8 ball doesn't go anywhere.
April,
So Sarah still has to do some
come
work.
up with something here.
Speaking of logos, there's a guy over there with a Renton shirt in the Rainier font.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty dope, right?
I'm gonna go buy that off him.
I mean, it'd be cooler if we lived in Renton, but
Would it
I mean,
for owning the shirt?
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I guess there would be some irony to living in Portland and wearing a Renton shirt with the Rainier logo, since I feel like Rainier has supplanted PBR as the
My
crappy tall can of choice in Portland.
yeah. Well, for a while now, I think it has. Yeah.
Yeah.
My buddy's mom was a local cooking show host, and
Oh, that's interesting.
she had a billboard, an Olympia beer billboard, where
Oh, Olympia was my grandpa's brand. He was, yeah.
that was my college brand. That's what we would drink pre-gaming before going out.
Nice.
But yeah, we'll her on an Olympia billboard holding a can of beer while pregnant.
Yeah, my grandpa had, it was like Olympia beer cans that had been fashioned into like a biplane with a propeller.
What now?
My grandpa had this, it was like a biplane, but it was made out of Olympia beer cans that had been cut and then like fashioned to look, it was pretty cool. Had
That's pretty
spinning
cool.
spinning propeller and everything.
Do you know how far the Wright brothers' first flight was?
Oh, I used to know the number. It's not very far.
It's not very. I don't remember it either.
It's like
it's like 120 feet or something.
Is it even that far?
It might be 90 feet, like 30 yards.
I feel like it wasn't even that far. I feel like it was like 30 or 40 feet. Like the very first one was really short. It was
Yeah.
more of like the proof of concept that the thing would get off the ground.
Hey, we did it. Are you not going to look it up?
To the internets.
Yeah, they're playing the bank here, which I think technically goes. What did I say? 95 feet?
You would think that that would be like one of the first things listed when you look it up.
Oh yeah, got a little tear in there. Not to bring it up again, but
What did you say?
I said 95 feet.
120.
Oh, no, I said 120. Someone rewind it. I said
But
120.
I think the reason I was thinking it was shorter is because it's a little over 30 meters.
Because you're such a European with your
With-
units of measurement.
With my bachelor's of science degree.
Yeah. Yeah. It was here. Someone rewind it.
Oh, that's why I asked, because I felt like that's what you had initially said.
Yeah, then I cheated. Or not cheated. I change my answer. I think
I know that everybody's just super interested.
so enthralled with this conversation that's going on.
You know, pool, history of aviation, we cover it all.
And it happened in North Carolina, Kitty Hawk,
Boom, you got that?
but it's North Carolina.
Yes. You know what year?
No, I don't know what year. 1913,
Too late.
1895,
Too early.
1810,
Too late. 1903.
1903.
Oh,
Oh, what an
that
attempt!
that would have been boss right there.
It's a great shot.
And she left the cue ball good.
Oh,
So we're either gonna see another.
I mean,
I think we're gonna say safety.
Yeah, definitely. That's the shot.
Okay, so now she can try kicking from the other direction.
Yep. And here's the thing that I always forget is to check to see
If it's frozen.
if it's frozen.
I don't think it is, but I'm not
It
positive.
doesn't look like it is, but I always forget to do that. Because on the off chance that you slow roll it, yeah,
It is
it's
not frozen.
On the off chance you run full into it at slow speed, good to
Nope.
know if it's
Wrong camera.
a foul shot or not. Oh. She's just looking at going for the guaranteed hit and not the make here,
Yeah.
which is totally fine, you know.
Ah, jeez.
Yep. And it was 66 years from the first flight to landing on the moon.
Well,
69.
yeah. Yes.
So
Yeah.
we went from gliding less than a par four golf course, par four golf hole.
Well, the first flight, the
to
1903 flight was powered
uh,
because they were doing gliders before that. So technically, the first flight it's the first powered flight with like a prop and motor and all that.
and how much farther did it go? And Jason Bennett. That was yeah. And then yeah, no, we haven't done jack since then.
Gallagher's leg, you're in, you know, it will be 5, 5, 5.
She banking it?
I think she was just
Say
playing
it.
a little safety.
Oh, she's just trying to suck it back to the rail, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, because
Little bit of a misfire in the first attempt there. Luckily, she didn't hit the cue ball. Definitely done that before.
100%. I'll probably do it next week.
One of my
Like,
favorites.
uh,
One of my favorites is that shot of Shane breaking and completely misses the cue. Like,
it happens to everyone.
oh, I know it does, but like, it's just it's refreshing to see that happens to everybody, like you just said.
Yeah. It happens to me more often because I have a glass tip on my player. I need to get
Change that camera since somebody's bouncing the lights around. Seagull cam. Caca. Yeah, the first year it was like we had a camera over here and people kept bumping the table, and so every time we'd switch to it, like Summer was like,
oh yeah.
Sky cam. Caca. No,
No,
7's not a gimme. But if you shoot to make it and pot it, natural position on the 8.
well, no. Here's what we would talk about this all week. You just drop it. You drop it dead weight in the pocket.
Yeah, pocket speed.
Yeah.
But I'm saying though, if it goes in, the position's natural for the 8. But yeah, we're gonna continue with the
The
not give anything away.
yes, the conservative play, which in my opinion is
It's tough because
well, it's tough. It's tough to judge.
Yeah.
The judgment was the tough part. It was like that. That's a good shot,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
know? But it's also a losing shot.
Well, and it depends, because from skill level to skill level, I mean, that's going to win games. Whereas, if I played the same conservative shot against, like you or somebody else,
Yeah.
is it going to win me the game? Probably. I might be in jail afterwards.
Yeah.
Which is,
Yeah. You might be hosed here.
yeah. And so I have to weigh the percentages of
The potential value,
you getting out or
Yeah.
putting me back in a tough spot
or
as opposed
or of
to
you making that ball,
Yeah.
and running out.
Yeah.
And it's probably you just trying to make that ball.
Personally, I think at our level it gets even more stressful because you have to think because you got to weigh all these things. You're
You have to
like,
weigh all these things,
and then
you have to execute.
well, and then after you do it, you sit there and second guess yourself. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, did I just sell the farm?
Well, that's why I don't care. That's why I try to run out from everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't play safe.
Well, there's also the things where you think you're like, man, I just locked it up, and then and you're like, what?
Oh, they do something silly. It just happens every single time.
Yeah, between Scudder and Bennett, I don't know how many times I've just been like, what? WTF, man? Like, that's not even funny.
And then they just run out, and then
Yeah.
you don't get to see the table again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and what
Well, and just the way they giggle about it when they do it.
well, no, you watch like Sky and Shane play bar table A ball.
Yeah.
They're crashing into everything. If there's a cluster, they are rifling
Yeah.
a ball in and exploding it.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter. They're not worried about a shot because there's no shot on the table they can't make.
Oh,
You
that's
know.
a good shot.
Yeah. Like what I recommend watching like
Yeah.
Sky almost swore. I didn't do it. Jesse Bergman and Shane.
Yeah.
Watch all three of them play bar table A
Oh,
ball.
Bergman, I can only imagine. Like, he already rifles balls.
Bergman's an insane bar table player.
Yeah.
Like, the guy's out of this world. Oh, another return. Nice. Yeah.
I like these guys' homemade shirts over here. They just have, like, what is it? It's like electrical tape on the back. Slow poke Bubba's, I think it says.
Yeah, and I
love
think
it.
that's what people say about like watching Josh Filler play one pocket. They're like, he doesn't play it right. He does not play one pocket correctly.
Right.
But you know
But-
what he does?
Smashes people.
He runs Aiden out every
Yeah,
single time
yeah.
because he's just that good. Oh, he's going back and left it open.
I think it left it open here.
Yeah, but
But she's going to have to shoot it all the way back up if she rolls this 7 in.
no, I think you just roll it in. Right? I mean, that's
I
what
mean,
you
that's
said.
the only thing you can do.
Yeah.
Like, if you try and do too much here, you're gonna miss it, scratch, or leave yourself a terrible angle.
Too hard.
What am I talking about?
Oh,
Man, I didn't think she had angle to go forward.
well, who are we?
That's a great shot.
Who are we?
That's fabulous. Yeah, I thought she was so straight that like there was no way she could go
That
forward.
was incredibly well struck.
Yeah. And this is why we don't get paid the big bucks.
We're getting paid.
All right, Hill. 2 in a row. Did you mark that? It's not showing up over here.
Oh, yeah, I marked it.
Player to score. What the hell? What the heck?
What the heck?
Hmm.
You're getting some.
Here. I just
Oh, it's up. It's up now.
well, I just did it from over here because it
Oh.
was still showing 0 when I go to the. Yeah, that's weird.
Oh, it needed to be refreshed, maybe.
Maybe. I wonder if the tablet lost the internet connection for a little bit.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right, looks like she's come up dry. Got a big old globular cluster, as Cliff would refer to it here, in the bottom middle of the table.
No, that's relaxing. Everybody develop a rack today. It will be.
Well, good shot, Sarah there. She's just potting balls. It's like this goes up in the upper right. Now, make the decision, try and take over this pocket with a 10, I think. That pretty well. All Lydia's going to have is this one ball to look at, which doesn't go anywhere. Imagine she's going to rub off this, maybe try and stick it back in the stack. All right, so she opted not to disturb the one ball. I don't mind that in principle because it doesn't open those balls up. But it does look like Sarah might have a little bit of an angle to go into that cluster with this 12 ball. Lydia gonna be in a similar situation she already was. 6 looks a little high in that side pocket to be able to nip it in. I think she's just gonna hit it.
We got a point. Yeah, it's complicated. We got a point and it's complicated. 33.
She almost drills the bank there.
Optimus View and Darkling Duck.
Probably Lydia's first real opportunity at the table to be able to pot any of these balls. Can't quite tell how much of a problem that 8 ball is. Actually, now that I look at the other camera, it does go past the 10.
Lucky. Oh my God, I know the owners do. Lucky on table 49.
Gotta find a way to open up this 5 and 1. I like nipping the 6 in thin, because you'd be going right into that stack. She's gonna challenge Sarah to open that up. Try and get out and open that up. She just rolled the 7 in front of the side pocket. They're taking a look at this. Took a peek at that 9-15 to see if that combo is dead up in the corner. From this angle, it looks close. She's gonna try and come across the table. All right, moment of truth. Looking at that combo again. She knows she's out of the way. I think this angle better. Well, unfortunately, it pushed towards the rail. Little collision-induced throw. Well, with his gamble, looks like it's paid off. The table is open now. I think this is a little steep to shoot the 6 ball here. As you risk making the 1 and getting hooked on the 5, or getting right on the 1. Yeah, that's hard to hold. Well, if you slow roll it, run the risk of what happened here, ending up on the ball. And if you play it with speed to run into the ball, then you run the risk of accidentally making the 1 ball and getting stuck behind the 9.
You guys make sure you keep our bartender and you keep the printer before you go.
All right, they're gonna get the other team wants a ref for this. I don't blame them. It's a little funky. Depending how you cue it. Run the risk of a double hit here. Team's gonna take a timeout and have a talk about it first. And it looks like they're not going to, suggesting to go away from the ball. Kind of in the direction like he was motioning there. Still gotta make sure the cue ball doesn't come back and hit her tip out of that rail. Good hit. Oh. I thought he indicated a good hit. Looks like it was a foul. I'm not sure how I feel about that call. I have to go back and look at it later. Well, big ball in hand for Sarah there, and yeah, I don't know. Watching that in replay, it's but unfortunately, that is part of the game. All right. Lydia with a long cut for the game. Well, not long cut, but a cut from distance. Yeah, watching that replay, I don't think that was a foul, but if she makes the 8-ball here, it will be a moot point.
Banditos and academics. Banditos and academics, I need you both back at it. Mr. O'Gino Jones, come and see me with Joe Gonzalo, please. Okay, I got the 14. We have 31. His 8-ball man is with Green and Hughes. Green and Hughes and 8-ball and on field 31. 32 right next to her. It's going to be into the 80s. And Titan, into the 15, United Titan on 32.
All right, big 9-ball for Sarah here.
In the neighborhood is going to be Three's Company and QAnon. QAnon, Three's Company on point starts at 20.
Oh, and that cue ball is just going to hang out there for a second before cascading into the pocket. Lydia going to have ball in hand on the 8-ball here.
Randy's Renegade, in Utopia. You're out there in a fuck rock on 64. And here you can take everyone with Spring Brothers, no mercy. No mercy because you hit the wrong free stream way. Table 51.
Ball in hand, 8-ball.
Yep. Yeah, a little bit of drama at the end of this game here. All right, so this is going to bring up Scott and Renat.
They're breaking from or lagging from the proper end. The end that makes more sense to me. The proper lagging spot is from the head rail. But why wouldn't you lag from the foot rail? Because that's where the balls are.
All right, we got us a couple skill level 6s racing to 5.
You know.
All right, I want your opinion. What's the call?
I think that's good.
Right?
Yeah. What was the call on the table?
Bad hit.
Huh.
But it's part, a little bit of human element in there sometimes, and
Yeah.
you know, I can also slow it down.
Yes, we have the
But even like in live from over here, like,
They look good.
but I was like, I don't know, I'm not right there by the rail, so. But even from that camera angle, it looks. I didn't see the.
I didn't,
I didn't see any indication on the cue ball that it was pushed.
yeah. Yeah, my gut reaction, that's
But
good.
you know, Lydia got the game in the end, so it's kind of moot. But I was just curious what your opinion was.
Yeah, it
Because
was,
sometimes I convince myself of the wrong thing.
well, I mean, maybe I watch it over and over again, but
Yeah.
like maybe there's a little stutter at the end there of the stroke but my gut reaction says good.
Send it to Dr. Dave.
So we got a race of 5 here.
Race to 5. Yeah, I got somebody else in the chat who also watched it in replay and agrees with us that
They're saying
yeah.
good. But the outcome was,
I mean, I don't even.
didn't rely on
I mean,
the call.
yeah. Well, no. I mean, Sarah got ball in hand and then rattled the ball in the pocket with ball in hand. And then I think maybe even got one more turn at the table. So yeah, and at the end, it didn't have a.
It didn't really, wasn't that big of
Yeah,
a,
you can't argue that it had a negative outcome on the, the end of the game.
no.
I got somebody in the other chat saying the ref needed a timeout on that last round. Burn, we got him good.
We're not trying to burn anyone here.
I know. It's a tough job.
Oh.
I wouldn't want to be.
Oh,
Even when people at tournaments ask me to watch something, I like now these days, like
I'll film it.
everybody, almost anybody who doesn't want to be like snapped at afterwards. It's like, here, you can watch the replay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll film this in slow-mo. And I'll make the call. Like if it's an obvious call, I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's good. And then
Needs this 5 ball to slow down. I think maybe it just. Ooh, I don't know. How's your? You probably can't see through him.
I think before, I think it goes. I think it's tight, but you love those tight little side pocket shots.
All right.
I don't think this one goes.
You don't think it goes past the 1?
Nope. But
I.
it is one of those shots where like I'm gonna keep talking about this. It's fine to if you can just
It's.
play it at the speed.
It makes the pocket like that much smaller, but I think it goes as long as you don't overcut it.
I don't think it goes.
I think it does.
That's Brian.
When he moved, I could see it. Okay, it goes. It's tough. He's got like 3/4 of a pocket, maybe 2/3 of a pocket, so it's tough.
Don't worry about it. Is that the ref?
No, it's a different one.
Okay, cool.
It's what's his name? Cowboy? Coyote? Cowboy? I don't. He's the funny one. He's a character.
So here is I think you just shoot that 3 all the way down. I don't think that. I think you're guaranteed safe, and you got multiple options after that.
Well, he seems to agree with you.
Well, he should because it's the right shot. Yeah. So it's what we were talking about last night. The 7 ball can get a little squirrely, so you don't want to leave it there for that long.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We're a little behind here than we were.
Yeah, there's a little latency on the cameras today.
Oh,
One of them's fine. One of them's a little behind, and I don't know if it's the transmitters or the camera. I think they've probably drifted because I left them on all night.
he's a little straight on this 4 ball. I think that's kind of what he's contemplating right now.
I just don't love the options of getting back on it if you don't shoot it now.
Oh, no, you have to shoot it now. I think he's just figuring out how to what to do and like how to shoot it and like follow to shoot the 7 in the top left pocket. Probably the.
Uh-oh.
Well, yeah, don't try to get too cute with it because then you're gonna.
I mean, I think he's
I think it goes.
got the gap between the 8 and the 6, right?
Yeah, I think he tried to get too cute with it there.
I mean,
And like you
I don't think that's the position he was playing.
no, no, that's what that's what I'm saying. Is like you.
I think he's gonna get away with it. That it goes.
Well, like you try to get too cute to come way up,
yeah,
way
between
above it.
shoot the gap between the 8 and the 7. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
like it worked out.
I think he got away with it a little bit.
He got away with it there.
That's one of those things where like,
Well, if you land anywhere else,
yeah,
then you're a little quirky on that 7 ball, and you can't see the 6.
oh, he spun that a lot.
Because that's a weird shot.
No, I'm not saying it's not, but
Oh.
he hit it a little thin and he overspun it.
Yeah, well, no, I'm saying weird in like trying to control that cue ball
Yeah.
to get it to exactly where he wanted to. He got the cue ball where he wanted, but he did
But
did
you,
it.
you don't have to. You can come underneath it and shoot in the side. And you risk scratching in the side pocket with all that spin. Did he come underneath the 8 ball?
No,
He went above it, right?
he went above it. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I no. He did what I would have done.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. I would have just come straight across.
Well, that's you know. Oh, that's a bad roll there.
Yeah, but I don't think it was going to be as nicely safe as it was still staying on the side of the table, or not was still going to have a shot down in the lower right.
He's gonna have a shot the whole time, but it didn't have to be straight in.
I agree.
Oh.
I was more saying, Scott's trying to put that ball in front of the pocket. I think you need a little more effort to get the cue ball to the other side of the table instead of just taking it to the top of the table. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, sure.
Marca Renat. Up one. Race to 5. Ugh. Well, this was supposed to be a 1 o'clock flight. It's now 4:30.
And the next one started in
So they had a 3 o'clock flight that started already.
Oh.
The next one's at 5. That's adorable. Somebody thinking that we have the power to pick who's plays on this table.
yeah, come on. Get over here.
Yeah, if I had that power, you would all be mad at me because it just it'd just be my team.
Yeah, where they at?
It'd be fun though, because I'm not afraid to rag on them. So what did I say? They played 11, so they should have had a 3 o'clock flight. They're around here somewhere, I'm guessing.
I go track him down. Oh, Ash,
Oh, they're right over there.
Ash, Eddie, and Kevin they were close in the final one. I don't know who won that. They were playing right over there.
Yeah, they said they got smoked in their first one this morning. Saw them out. Saw Ash out gambling on one of the slot machines. Yeah. Not gonna be happy with the double kiss there.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I see G holding his cue over there.
I keep forgetting they're playing with Evan. I just feel like Evan's over there hovering against their
Just
buddies.
hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cute. Evan texted me a couple days before the event asking, what I could offer up as advice for, playing with Jen and Garrett. I was like, Jen's fine. Like, she'll ask for help when she needs it. But I'm like, Garrett, it's a little tougher. Don't micromanage him and you'll be fine.
You're no longer in YouTube. Can't get it figured out.
Oh, man. We're ready for a nap. That's not good.
Hasn't even been a whole match yet.
I know. You wouldn't think it'd be that hard, just like sitting in a chair talking about pool all day. We've only been this is day 3, and I'm already like, whoo,
It's like I'm done.
can't wait for bed tonight.
They're pretty comfy over there. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not the newest hotel, but like,
Watch. I don't have my phone. They're texting. My phone. They're like, oh, there's so Kelsey, very the problem. Yeah, someone watching you text you. Like, so she sent messages.
oh jeez. Sorry, we got J- Jason Bennett. What? Yeah, Jason Bennett sighting. What? Nah.
So Evan was like, you set up.
Knowing people's tough sometimes. Just even though you got headsets on,
You gotta
start yakking at you.
gotta yakety sacks.
Yeah. But yes, the beds are comfortable. It's not the newest hotel or like, but it's right on the beach and the beds are comfy.
That's a yeah, I'm sleeping like a baby.
Yeah. And the water pressure isn't terrible. That's always the worst when you get a place where it's like you're just standing in rain, like
Dribbling,
a light
trying
rain.
to get all the soap off of you.
Oh
It's
goodness.
like, please.
Oh, or a place where not only that, the water's hard, so
Yeah.
it's like impossible to get. Ugh. Don't even get me started, man.
Yeah, no. And the pillows are 4 pillows is the perfect amount.
Yeah, I actually usually bring a pillow from home
Oh.
because I
A little.
need my comfort.
Hmm.
But yeah, after the last 2 trips out here, I'm like, nope, I'm gonna be just fine.
Yeah. Thank you, Chinook wins. Very,
Yeah.
very comfortable rooms.
Yes, I do appreciate being 2 seconds from the casino, not having to drive halfway across town at the end of the 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. An actual highway. Right?
Yeah.
It's confused for a second.
The world's a confusing place.
Oh, well, then I'm a confused little boy. Are you playing the combo or are you going rail first on it?
I would go rail first.
That was my initial,
But
but that worked out pretty
it
good.
did work out. He does have to back cut it a little bit.
But that means you can put it anywhere you want.
Yeah. No, I would have erred on rail first just because I don't like shooting a combo unless I absolutely have to.
Mm-hmm. This is not elementary here. You gotta get on a ball, and he did. Beautiful.
Yeah, he did fine.
That's perfect.
Yeah, the one thing is so that would be the one thing I didn't like about the combo is he left himself a little wrong, but he corrected it. He's gotten back into position.
But if you go in rail first, you didn't really have a good guaranteed neck shot after that.
Sure you did. You had the ball he used to shoot the combo.
Where?
In the
Because
same,
it was right here.
yeah.
Say you land right here. You're going rail first, you could land right there.
Nah, if I'm going rail first, I'm basically landing where he was after he shot the ball.
You're expecting a lot of things, Harry. I'm being very difficult. Thank you, Jason.
I know where the ball goes when I shoot the ball. If you don't know where the ball goes when you shoot the ball, we should work on that. I kid.
You feel good about that? Feel good about that statement right there?
I mean, you're rated higher than me, so any jab I can get in is a good one. Cheers. Don't spill stuff on my
But like you said yesterday, if you get out,
Is it wrong?
is it wrong? You start across. Oh, yep.
A little spin to correct it, widen it out.
Great
Pretty good
shot.
shot.
Great shot. Control.
I feel like Renat got warmed up yesterday.
I think he might be a little used to this table
Well, when they
by
first
now.
came over, like I patted him on the back. I'm like, this table really likes you. You're back. You're back.
There we go.
All right, 2-0. Now let's see if Scott gets not turn at the table if he can get something going. Yeah, nobody in the chat answered us about what their favorite pool glove is. I got no.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go buy a Q-Tech, and then
All right.
chat. I won't let you know if I like it or not because no one's answered our questions. I will tell you the best feeling glove is the Predator,
Oh, is that the second skin one or
the
whatever?
second
Yeah.
skin. Yes. But those fall apart way quicker than any of the other gloves.
Well, that's why they feel
Wait,
so
we're
good.
not sponsored. Oh, hey, sponsored by Q-Tech. Hey, Q-Tech, send me a glove.
Did you forget that was up there at the top of the screen?
Oh, well, I didn't want to talk bad about anyone that might have been a sponsor, you know, because all pool gloves are legitimate garbage, and they cost $30 a piece.
Yeah.
Like, why am I going to spend $30 on a piece of actual garbage?
Well, maybe you're like my cat. You buy him toys, and he's like, "Screw this," but you give him a piece of trash. He's like, "I love it."
This is great.
This broken pin you were gonna throw
No,
in.
I bought a 10-pack of like some Amazon gloves.
Oh,
Mm,
buddy.
no, well, they cost like $10.
No, I get that factor,
Yeah,
but is that $10 well spent?
yeah, probably because they last as long as a $30 glove. $1 glove lasts the same amount as a $30 glove.
Okay,
So
fair enough.
so Q-Tech, if you're listening, I'm gonna go buy one of your gloves for $30, and if it falls apart within 3 months, I'm gonna send a very
Strongly worded.
strongly worded email because Predator glove feels really good when it's intact.
Glad we're talking about pool gloves. Just somebody just tuning in and be like, "What are these idiots talking about?" Is this stream safe for all audiences?
Yes, Predators mostly. Yeah, Predator, best feeling glove out there. Falls apart immediately.
All right,
Kamui, Molinari, same thing.
basically the same glove.
They're the same glove.
They're not quite the same glove, but yet the material itself, the base material, is basically the same.
Yeah,
But the
they're
pad,
probably constructed in the same factory.
okay, but like the pad, there's subtle differences to them.
Yeah.
Because I don't really like the Kamui. I like the material because it's the same material as the Molinari.
Uh-huh.
But Molinari,
Wait,
the Molinari glove
wait,
is
do
basically.
they have? Okay, so if you're making a glove, don't put the Velcro on the wrist side or the under the the the. How do you say that in anatomical terms?
The palm, the wrist palm side.
Yeah, put it on the top.
See, I find it distracting on the top. Like I would like it like right here. Yep, just right there.
Well, that seems to be adding extra tension. Okay. Doesn't need to be.
I don't know. Anyways, what's happening on this pool table?
Yeah, no, I'm not done yet.
No, I think you're not getting there fast enough, so I think maybe we'll come back to that topic later.
Okay, fine. It looks like Scott.
I don't think we're gonna get a rail
I
here.
think that's a ball in hand foul.
Oh, and he tied up one of his.
So
He's
we're not.
definitely. I think I was gonna start this rack off with saying I can't quite tell how to read Scott. He definitely showed some frustration with a couple shots in the first two racks. Now I think it's needs to reset himself a little bit.
Well, I mean, it's a frustrating thing to happen.
No, I agree, but that's if you let it eat at you, the game's not gonna get any easier.
Oh, Renegade. He put too much draw on that ball. He was just trying to stun it over, trying to keep it simple, but he aimed just a little too low on the cue ball. And threw it.
So now he's gonna have to finesse this ball
Getting-
around. You got to go what rail?
You think he's running? He's running. He's gonna hit the football here.
Oh, you got to finesse. You got to go three rails. You got to go around the four and come back underneath it.
I'm saying he's gonna hit the football.
No, I know what you're saying, but I'm saying what you. Oh, he's trying to kill it. That's a smart shot.
That's both of us were we're way off base there.
Well, I mean, you can go three rails around it and be just fine. Because I think that was a fairly natural
You
kind of
don't-
drawing shot.
I think that's the problem I have is like I don't see that shot that Renat just hit there.
No.
Like I don't see that kill.
If I'd been at the table, I may have seen it, but I
Maybe.
definitely didn't see it coming, and it worked out.
No, it was a great shot. It was an amazing shot.
Well, I do like his demeanor that he hit that shot so wrong and bad to end up with that shot on the six ball that he just laughed at himself
Yeah.
and then
Oh.
quickly assessed the situation and came up with the shot that neither one of us recognized immediately.
Oh yeah. And then he did it.
Yeah.
Then he executed
Yeah.
it. Because like that's the thing. That's the thing I don't see is because like I'm looking like my brain just immediately looks at that angle and where the cue ball's going. And I'm like, oh, the cue ball's going like right at the four ball.
It just you're looking at natural paths and being like, oh, that's a problem.
Yeah. And so it's just
not
like,
not interpret not looking at manipulating it. Yeah, a lot of people don't. The kill shot isn't intuitive for a lot of people sometimes because it doesn't work out for them correctly a lot of times.
and it wasn't necessarily a kill shot. It was just like a slow rolling. It was still on the natural line there.
He definitely put some insight on it though. There was still some kill, but yes,
Yeah, sure. Still, but like
It's-
you
it-
don't like in my brain, I'm not thinking about that hold line,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it, kill or hold or
well, I mean, we noticed
like-
with him and Nadia
oh
yesterday.
yeah, he had a couple. He had a couple
that
of those.
both of them were amazing at holding the ball.
Yeah, just like getting to spots
Just
where I was
slow-
just like I didn't know you could do that.
Just these slow rolling balls that like,
Yeah, and so like this is eye opening for me.
Yeah.
Where
there's something to be said about practicing pool, watching other people play pool, and getting out and putting yourself in the mire of competing.
Mhm.
It's the only way you're gonna get better.
Well, I'm doing none of those. So.
Well, there can also be something said about just competing with the same people. Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's good to get some diversity in your competition.
Well, I tried to. The end of season tournament, and I
Yeah.
played Paul.
Oh yeah.
I broke around 3, and I still lost.
Well, you guys are lucky because I was out of town.
Oh, good one, buddy.
What?
The 10 ball.
I go play the trough tournament like once a session, and then immediately you're in the session tourney.
No collusion.
What? Because I own the tables? Basically,
No collusion.
Uh,
Your collusion.
sort of business partner with the owner of the establishment. Nothing but collusion. Love you, Dan. Ugh, hopefully I did the quarters before I left town. Steve Lingelbach in the house of Bigglebox.com.
Brand new Hipple box.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah, he's walking around like a
running around like a 25-year-old.
Like
Is
a
that what?
20
Is that how he described himself?
no, he's 20 years younger.
20 years younger.
Uh,
We're not talking about you. You think he believed me?
no, I think we're busted. We gotta go. We're abort mission.
Abort mission. He's on to us.
Ooh, oh, is that the slickest
Ooh.
shot I've ever seen? Oof, I like that a lot. Now what? Just straight into 15. Okay. So right, okay. So he got down. He one-stroked it. Like he hit this beautiful shot. He took his time, hit this beautiful shot, looked at this ball, got down, and
There's
then
something to say about getting too comfortable, especially when you nice in a shot like the previous shot. You're like, oh, I've got it,
I'm good.
and then you
It
take
does.
and then you take the next shot for granted. You're
Mhm.
like, this game's too easy, and then
It's so easy. I can't miss.
you get
Then you do
then
what?
you get speed checked.
Sorry, dude. Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. We're not shoots great, and we're all guilty of it.
Oh
But,
no, this is not anything. It's just something to notice.
Yeah.
Is like when like he hit this beautiful shot.
Yeah.
That he took the time on, like boom, boom.
Because it required
had a
it
tempo.
required it, but then you take what seems like it doesn't need much time for granted.
Yeah.
And it turns out, well, you still have
You still have to
you
still have to focus.
fundamentals. Make sure your strokes in line.
Yeah.
Don't get down in one stroke ball.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing speed pool, and then you better be
You can run around.
yeah, you better be running as fast as you can, one stroke and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because I'm guilty of that, and I'm still trying to find my tempo.
Yeah.
Like I alternate between, Josh Filler
Yeah.
and Ralph Souquet.
Sure.
Sometimes I take how long? Like I don't take time when I'm down on my shot. That tempo is the same.
Yeah.
But looking and figuring out that's different. But when you decide and you get down, that's the tempo that
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Is that tempo needs to be consistent.
Yeah, I think there's also something to be said about not getting down and planning while you're down, is looking at the table and making a decision. You can get down and change your mind, but you better stand back up.
Yeah.
Don't change your mind while you're down. Make adjustments, because your body's probably not in the right place.
Mhm.
If you suddenly decide you're going to cheat the pocket, or you're going to spin the ball or something, like,
Yeah, and if you ever focused on anything, like changing things while you're trying to focus on something, you lose.
no.
Focus is gone. It's like, so then you need to totally reset. And
Well, a big mistake I see a lot is like, you've decided, oh, I'm going to make the ball over here. This is how I'm going to do it. And like you get down, and then you become so focused on where you want the cue ball to go that you change how you're hitting the ball.
mhm.
You've only changed where the cue ball is going. But by doing that, you've actually also changed where your object's ball is going, and then you're confused as to why you missed it.
I
Because
mean,
you changed, you had a plan.
well, then
You made a new plan while you're down.
Yes.
But that new plan was solely based on the cue ball and not the ball that you're also intending to pocket.
absolutely 100% agree with that. Because like concentration isn't like one singular thing. It's
Yeah.
like it involves like so many thought processes that are happening. So yes, you are envisioning the way you're gonna hit this, and where it's going. It's like where like if it's hitting other
Yeah.
balls.
Yeah, plan
And
for
so if you change that,
yeah.
then the whole schema that you have of this shot is out the window.
Right. I like that word, schema.
Schema. I'm gonna use that, and I'm gonna use heuristic also pretty soon here.
Sound like a computer programmer.
It's a psychology word.
It's also used a lot in the analysis of complexity of algorithms.
Yeah.
Not that I know anything about computer programming.
Obviously.
All right. So I feel like this would be a good opportunity if Scott can get on the board to kind of reset himself and like
Nice little run out, and then
get some comfort, get back into this game.
well, don't try to force anything.
Yeah, just show Renat that you're still here.
Still playing. I'm still playing. I'm still playing this match, man.
Yeah, you've had your couple good runs. Yeah, I
Yeah.
made a couple mistakes. Now I'm done. I'm gonna focus. Gonna make my balls.
Great shot. Great shot.
Because
right
I will
there.
say one thing: the opening rack, he had a really good run, and then he just had a really tough ball where we're debating if it was even pocketable past the one. And then he had that attempted safety that got bungled off the point and left Renat straight in on the 8-ball.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of where the frustration started. And so yeah, if he can get out here.
Are you
That's-
drawing? Or are you playing the? Because he's playing draw here.
Just trying to stun through a little bit. Smashed it a little bit.
I don't like that.
Do you feel like he could have gone forward?
Yes, he 100% could have gone forward. But I saw him hitting draw, and I was like, oh, maybe that's right. But
Because it looked like you could just stun into the 12 ball from there if you wanted to stay on that one, if you didn't want to go forward.
yeah, but then what did you want as your key ball? You want the 5 or the 1 as your key ball?
I'm trying to take the rack back because by the time we were talking about that, I hadn't really put in consideration how I would want to get out from there. I was just observing where the ball he was shooting. No, little tree topped.
Mountaintop. I should find. I gotta find that closer. No one's gonna believe me.
But this is kind of a just
I
make
think you just have to make it.
just
Yeah.
make it, let the cue ball
And shoot it up in the corner while
let the
you're.
cue ball go kind of 2 rails back towards the 8-ball, and
Well, I'm saying just don't.
oh, that's pretty good. I would have
That's a heck of a shot right
yeah,
there.
I would have been concerned about running into that 9-ball.
Yeah. Hey,
He's hit it with speed. I was thinking a
Mhm.
little less speed and just so that the line is more into that first diamond.
that's pretty good. On the board.
All right. Well, that should be good for the confidence.
Yeah.
You're on the board. You're still alive in this match.
Yeah.
You've
Still, the
you've-
5-5 race. It
you've
doesn't matter.
You've kept Renat off the hill,
hmm
so we'll just pick off a couple more racks
Oh,
and
he's already ready. He's just standing there ready to break. He's
Yeah.
ready to just get down and shoot it. I like that.
yeah.
I like
Ready to
that a
roll.
lot. Yeah,
Ready
he's
to
just
roll.
like, all right,
Yeah.
dude, rack him up. I don't care. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna break it.
Well, at least the projectors just work today. We don't have to go through 2 hours of
What did they? Is there still
resort staff trying to figure out.
oh no, is there a wire?
Yeah, they taped it down.
It probably would have worked from this one.
Yeah, that's what I was saying later on. I was like, how long do you think it took them to figure out that they had to adjust the input somewhere?
Because they were projecting the whole time. It was just no input.
Well, and obviously, that was the one Ron was plugged into, and I was plugged looked into back in the fall as well.
So that's a gorgeous break. I am in love.
This is one of the best spreads that we've had in the last 3 days.
Yeah, he hit that perfect.
Well, does this look like BNR material to you?
Wait, what's down? Is it a solid? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so he's got to take solids. Solids are okay. 7 ball. Yeah. Oh,
7's the key.
7's the key.
I mean, it doesn't have to be, but
It has to be. It's got to be. 3, 2, 2.
3, 2,
Oh, 5,
5.
4, 6, 7.
He's gonna start with the 5 though.
Which does kind of alleviate the problem there. But
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you don't want to be there.
I might change my plan here and take that
Shoot the
6 and come back to the gap between the 2 stripe balls.
Yep. I'm feeling you on that one. Yeah, I'm not shooting this here because. Oh, he's gonna get straight in on the 4 ball. What do we know?
Man, how big was that gap you went through over there?
It's not big at all.
Wow. Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Okay, so the 2 is a little worrisome now. Unless
Yeah.
it goes.
Does it go past the
Yeah. Oh, he's got plenty of room.
all right.
So he's got to stay on the right side of the 6 ball.
Well,
No,
he's got to stay right and low. So he's got to be
Yeah.
below the side pocket
There.
and on the right side.
So into the rail, back out 6 inches.
Yeah, see, this is where it gets
Touchy.
touchy because the margin for error has very much gotten a lot
Yeah,
smaller.
you have to get exactly right here. Because you don't have any bailout balls.
Yeah.
Ooh. And he's fine. Oh, you
See how-
see?
I think he's on the wrong side.
I think he's on the wrong side.
He's got to go down to the bottom rail and back out, right?
Full inside. Follow inside. Yeah, follow inside. From the TV table, it looks tough, but
I feel like looking across, like the inside might not be totally necessary, but you have a better angle from where
Yeah.
you're sitting.
just
You think it needs the inside?
just a little bit
Just a
inside.
touch?
Yep.
Not enough to accidentally miss. Oh, he's gonna shoot the 7 here.
That's your money ball, dude.
Yeah, I don't love this. Yep. Yeah, I guess the more I think about it, yes, some inside because you want to get as straight as possible on the 7 ball.
Mm-hmm. Shoot the 8 ball all the way.
Yeah, because I don't. Because preferably you
You
don't.
don't want to go back and forth to
Yeah.
get above it.
Well, and you don't want a whole lot of angle when you're shooting that 8 up the table. You'd prefer to be as straight as possible.
Straight as possible. Yeah, I do not want any angle.
Because that
shooting
side pocket looms really big going by.
that point just
Jumps out.
jumps out of nowhere. It'll destroy you. Destroy your life like my last girlfriend.
Oh, don't do him like that.
That is.
Oh, that is.
Oh, you hate to see it.
Oof, that's tough.
Yeah. Yeesh. He's so close to a breaking run.
I know. Yeah. I think I think there was just a little.
I think it was the wrong choice to shoot the 7 ball.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's a little pattern recognition that 7 was really key for the 8 ball and trying to make sure that you don't take it off the table.
Yeah.
Which he did for so long in that rack. Because he had a
It's
shot.
it's a tough ball. It's a tough ball to get on.
Yeah, because he had a shot early on where I was concerned he was going to shoot it.
Right. Yeah.
after we had already kind of established that we liked
That's
it as
that's our key
yeah.
ball. Well, that's that's a tough pill to swallow right there.
Well, what are the? I mean, I get it. You're trying to make something happen. You're trying to back cut the crap out of the ball. If you miss it, hoping because he played it with speed.
Uh,
But what with where that 8 ball is, it was on the rail. Like, what are the odds you're gonna run into it and it's just gonna go
just
cross?
cross bank it into the opposite side. Yeah, that is no one like we talked about this last night. It was
Yeah.
like, oh hey, 8 ball, what are you doing? Where'd you come from?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to the pocket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's not fair sometimes.
All right. It
It's the because he had such a good break. That was the best table we've seen
wide
probably
open. Yeah,
probably all week.
No clusters. Not easy. We're not
No.
saying it was easy. at
No,
all.
I'm not saying that, but
Oh.
like the best opportunity table, and he just got done. The table did him
Oh,
so bad.
get done in by the random. Yeah, that's just
Yeah, that's definitely a what can you do because you didn't really do a whole lot wrong.
tough.
It's like, yeah, we can argue that maybe,
You shot the wrong ball.
yeah, but even then, like, with
Who's no one's gonna say like what are the odds are you
I
gonna
mean,
give on that
but
8 ball?
but how
going in?
often have you been in a situation where like you don't really have a great shot, so all you can try and do is create one
Yeah,
and
oh, that's a hell of
an
a shot
8 ball,
there.
like how often is that 8 ball going to go in? Like statistically,
Yeah,
it's the most unlikely thing to happen.
yeah, we're giving betting odds on that.
Yeah.
That's 3 million to 1.
Yeah, that's all right. Time to move on from that
We're not.
that shitty outcome. Apologies for the language if you have the youngins watching with you.
I think the worst word I've said is hell. You said F once.
Did I?
Yeah.
I thought I caught myself.
Oh, you did. Yes, you were. You were halfway there. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Dart rabbits and
Yeah.
gosh darn it, keeping it clean. Whereas normally I swear like a sailor.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe the frustration is set back in for Scott there.
Yeah, that's we played on teams before, like, and it's like
It's hard pill yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow
I
and
can.
to stay, focused when
Oh no,
things just aren't going your way.
I'm talking about is like I'll give up if I'm playing a singles match
Yeah.
and like things are not going my way. I'll like I'll still try,
Right.
but it's just like, oh yeah, I'm not supposed to win this.
Yeah.
But if I'm on a team, I will never give up.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna like well, like I don't care how unlucky I'm getting.
Right.
I am gonna like give all my focus to like, trying to do my
Right.
best. Like I never give up on a team. I'll give up on myself all the time. Who cares? It's just me. But my team? No,
Yeah.
that's not just me. That's other people involved. Yeah, but also like in a situation like this, you'd like a nice little run out.
Yeah.
To just like
Reestablish,
just get loosened up and
get the vibe back.
yeah. But it's like, oh, 7 ball kind of stinks, 3 ball kind of stinks.
We got Sean Self in the chat. Yeah, I get you. A little diversity in the players on the streaming table with
You said that yesterday, Sean.
yeah.
Like we have control.
We've already established we have zero control of
I think. I'd shoot the 6 right now. Because if you shot the 6, you could have got on that 4 ball to break out the 7.
Yeah, my concern is that the time to take balls off the table probably should have stopped a little bit ago.
But there's that one cluster. You don't want these. Don't shoot it. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
at
that's
least
fine.
he's controlling the pocket up there now.
Yeah, that's fine. This game will have multiple more innings.
Well, Boomer's not here, so I'm not blaming her. Oh wait, she is up there. She wasn't up there when I was up there
Don't
earlier.
say that on stream, Harold. Come on. That's. Wish I knew how to do that. That's a good shot.
Yeah, Boomer wasn't even around when they stiffed us with no match for
2.5 hours left.
yeah. At least we had a little conversation, make sure that doesn't happen again.
Well, with the amount of people in here, I think we're good.
Yeah. No, it was more about tomorrow because tomorrow will be Scotch again.
Right.
Oh yes, I will definitely get on board with blaming Bennett. We're cool with blaming Bennett. Oh,
He's the worst. Yeah, nice little shot there. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a little
ticky tacky for a little bit.
a little dink fest until
Yep.
someone sees something they like.
I mean, if you want to see somebody sell out, I would go all in on that 7 ball right now. Ooh, look at that. Gets his ball out.
Adds more.
Ties his other ball up. But to be fair, he also tied an extra ball of. Speaking of Bennett, there he is, the one and only troublemaker.
Classic.
Was my giggle? Was that a good
You
impression?
nailed it. You were.
Oh yeah, but I need to be poking you in the side as I did it.
Please don't.
It's the worst.
So painful. I hate it.
It doesn't just, yeah, because it's not just like a tickle. He like stabs you with his pointy little fingers. Oh, Sean. Sean says he's ours now. Like I didn't know he Sean's transferred ownership.
I feel like I've had ownership for a while, and I got a lemon.
Isn't there a lemon law?
There should be a lemon law. Jason Lemon Law. This is tough. That's about as bad as it gets.
Yeah.
Someone call my lawyer because I'm in Gitmo.
Wow.
No? I good? I'll stop. I don't know.
Oh yeah, getting the gummy bears. Don't leave them where? Oh, are they warm? Oh yeah, that fan is definitely cranking out some heat. Oh, gross. Well, word to the wise. You have a big old bag of gummy bears that somebody gifted you. Do not leave them sitting directly in front of the fan of your streaming computer. Turns out it generates a lot of heat. Man, that is a tight little spot that he's. I mean, I'm assuming it goes to the gap if this is the option he's taking here.
He's got ball in hand here.
Yeah, I know. That's.
Oh, like, is this
Alright.
what you're taking? Is ball in hand?
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Take him all the way. You have to behave yourself, though.
Here's these. Oh, there you go. I got it. Doubly.
All right, we got our ref. Let's go the other angle. All right, no debate about that one this time around. Had a little bit of drama earlier, at least from the standpoint of me and the people watching.
yeah.
I don't think the teams put up much fight over it.
Oh, yeah, you showed me. The ref was wrong. So,
Well, technically, even when they're wrong, they're right. It's in the rules.
are we arguing semantics now?
We were arguing them yesterday.
And earlier, like an hour ago. Just suck that back a little bit. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you can. That's a gorgeous shot right there. That is. I don't think most people understand how good you have to hit that to execute it like that.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
No, we got Nicole in the wrong chat, but she's here. She's in the individual match chat as opposed to the all-day chat.
Well, it's hard to find sometimes.
It's confusing, I know, but especially since I wasn't doing it the
You
previous
think
2 days.
he's just going forward an inch, or you think he's going forward a foot?
I'd go a foot.
You're going foot?
He only goes an inch or 2. Maybe 3. There's like 3 inches.
It's a little too far. I like his shot. I wouldn't try to go mess with that too much.
Yeah. I just like going a little further forward because you guarantee yourself two options, the side or the bottom right corner. But I've probably landed in the the 1 inch like wedge that's no man's land between the two.
Oh, what's it? Oh, y'all. Listen,
All right. Well, lesson, folks. This is when you pounce.
Right.
This is why you should never count yourself out until the final 8-ball drops.
100%. Oh no. Oh, he sucked it right to the side. Oy. That's
And he's just gonna say that's good enough.
yeah. You hate to see it.
That's a bummer. He got yeah. Sometimes it's just hard to like, you put too much pressure on yourself sometimes after a couple of bad
Right?
outcomes,
Well, no,
and then
he's probably saying like what you were saying. It was like, oh, this is it right here.
yeah.
Like, take advantage of this opportunity I'm given, and then you get a little amped up. You do something like that.
Yes, Nicole, you're in the right one now. So when I shut down this other stream, we won't lose you.
Bye.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stop the individual match stream, but there is an all-day stream. It's the one that just says 3-person flights, I think. I'll be doing individual match streams that have the team names. So just stay put.
We'll be back.
See. Hopefully they have a 5 o'clock flight to. They've got to because everything's been behind already. So
I'm sure we'll probably have less than 2 minutes of downtime.
yeah.
Shout out to the Bagel Box. Shout out to the Chinook Wins. Shout out to Q-Tech.